Warning! The following live webcast might contain content that some people find crude, vulgar, or objectionable. When watching this program, please make sure the room is well lit and do not sit too close to the screen. If you're uptight, easily offended, or lacking a sense of humor, please stop watching right now and leave the internet. Now it's time for Ike Live.
What is this foolishness?
How many dreams can you shape in a minute, an hour?
The kind of clean you like best.
Lost 3 of my teeth, too. All right, so you lost. Next time you win.
Steamy, hot, hearty, delicious, invigorating.
Folks at home, how you doing tonight? Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. I know I am. Welcome to a brand new Ike Live show. Let me tell you, I know it sounds like I say this a lot, but we got a special, very special show in store for you tonight. Joining me to my right, it's going to look a little different. You haven't seen him with these golden locks since at least the early 70s. The one and only, the crust of the show, Pete Gluzik. Pete, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Thanks
for the applause.
I'm glad to see you. You left your house at 3:00 to come here.
Gosh.
And you just got here. Is that when you grew the hair?
You would think. I was pulling it out. It just kept coming, and this is what we got.
Well, Pete, let me tell you, in a second here. Oh my God.
Chia Pete.
Chia Pete.
Way to go, Chia Pete.
Wow. Maybe market and sell that. Pete, let me tell you, we have a stupendous show in store tonight. We got a lot of special guests we're going to introduce here in a second. It's going to be a good one. Before we do that, Pete, we're going to run down. We're going to try a new little system of running down the companies and sponsors that support the show, and it's really important. And let me remind everybody watching right now, if you're watching any other way through Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, or especially if you're watching IkeLive.com, please go to the bottom of the page. They're going to see a special promotion listing for all these great sponsors with giant, Pete, I mean giant, huge, did I say that right? Huge sponsor discounts from all these companies. Of course, the title sponsor of Ike Live is Mystery Tackle Box. It's like Christmas to your door every day, once a month. Line Cutters, TH Marine, Liquid Mayhem, scent is important, Pete. Also, Flambeau, Tackle Warehouse, Real Snot, Hobie, and a brand new sponsor coming on board, Pete. I'm so excited to talk about them.
I'm very excited to hear about
right here. You notice we have a little display. Dr. Squatch. Look at that right there. Brian Carpenter, give you a close-up. Dr. Squatch soap. And let me tell you, Dr. Squatch makes a lot of different products, but I'm so excited about this soap product. Pete, if you fish, you smell terrible a lot. Think about it, dude. You're coming off the water, you smell
Scents,
terrible.
Fish, sweat,
everything.
Sunscreen.
You're horrific.
Garbage.
And the thing I love about Dr. Squatch is you smell manly after you wash with this stuff, right? You don't smell like your wife or your girlfriend's little sister, right? Mm-hmm. What? Let me just give you a little rundown of some of these scents, Pete, that we have from Dr. Squatch. This is just a short list.
R. Kelly just tuned in.
No, R. Kelly.
Score, Peter!
With a little bit of... here's a short rundown of some of the scents from Dr. Squatch. Pine tar, crisp, IPA.
Tar.
Yes.
That's cool.
Gold moss scrub, nautical sage,
Whoa.
bay rum,
That'd be my choice.
Cider citrus. Deep sea goat's milk.
What? Deep-seated what?
Deep sea
Oh,
goat's milk.
Really? I got to try.
Yes,
That
and
sounds
many,
amazing.
many more. Also, they offer shaving products, cologne, beard oil, mustache oil for one of our guests, beard oil for another one of our guests. It's a great product. Please check them out, Dr. Squatch. It's going to be a great show tonight. Let's go ahead, Pete. I'm dying here. I want to intro the room on the casting couch tonight. Normally we just have one guest, but we've got 3
We're loaded.
stellar guests
Loaded.
tonight. And I'm going to start on my left, the one and only. You know him from Stray Casts, Pat Renwick
thank you very much.
in the house. Pat, how you doing?
Thank you.
Now, Pat, I know we spelled your name wrong on the title card tonight. Did we repair it?
Brian is slacking, as usual.
Is it still not repaired?
Brian, it's not Renwizizhik. It's Renwick.
Renwick.
Yes.
Renwizizhnisk.
Renwizhnisk.
It is for now.
Schwarzmasnas.
okay. They spelled my last name wrong too.
They did.
Yeah, it's what the heck,
And,
Feider?
and
This does not happen on Stray Cast. This never happens.
I didn't put the titles up, folks.
Wow.
That was the intern.
It's all right,
That's
guys.
it.
It took
Eric,
Eric!
go to your room.
Eric, Pat, glad to have you tonight.
Dude, it's great to be here.
I'm stoked because we're getting to sort of double. It's like a double sabotage.
doubling down, bro.
Yes, we have you here on the show tonight.
Yes, sir.
We had a fun day today. We'll talk about that a little later. But here's the thing, Pete. We got Mr. Renwick as the host of Bass U.
new Bass University host.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's so great. I am
be
so
awesome to have
I
him.
am so stoked about this. I'm telling
Yes,
you. It's amazing.
Edison, New Jersey. How do you think the crowd in Edison is going to the acceptance?
Of me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm like Switzerland. Everybody gets it. Come on, you kidding me?
Yeah.
I
like it.
Well, here's the deal. I know, some of these guys are from the Chicago area. Pat
Yes.
in particular, and I comforted him because we're going to North Jersey.
Right.
Most of them are Giants fans
Good.
there,
That's-
so you
that's-
won't you won't have to deal with too many Eagles fans.
There you go.
At the show. So
We
you'll be
have
all right.
had enough.
I'm done with
That's
it.
all I can
I'm
say.
done with it.
It's a good segue. In the middle, we've got first time on Ike Live. I'm so excited to have this guy on the show. Chris Groh!
Yes!
Everyone!
It's Chris
And-
Groh.
Chris!
Thank you.
What?
How you doing tonight?
Good.
Dude, I'm so
Real
stoked to
good.
have you here tonight.
Thanks.
You came out for the Ike Foundation. I know, Brian. That's a. Does that look like Brian the Carpenter?
A little bit.
bit.
I've never seen him naked before. That's gotta
The
be.
day is young, sir.
Poor old lady.
The night is young.
He also gets. Chris, make sure that little mic thing. Brian the Carpenter wants it touching your lips.
okay.
He might get DNA sampling
Science
from
project.
it. Yeah.
Are we good now, B?
Grow say what?
He's messing with you. I'm excited to have you on the show. You came out and fished with us last year at Ike Foundation. That was awesome, man.
I can. I'm going to do it again this year.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
And I do want to show some. Pete, hold that skateboard up. This was a little gift.
Ooh.
Yeah, hold that up. Brian Carpenter, give us a little. I do real quick because we've got it here in the studio. It's a real cool piece of memorabilia. Brian Carpenter, give us a shot of that, and then I want to have Chris talk a little bit about where that came from. That was a gift from Chris last year. It's a deck. Amazing. It's got a big largemouth sprawled down it. Chris, where is that from?
Well, that's one of my main sponsors, Sponsored for Life. Tackle Store I used to work for. Whatchamacallit? Oh, we got nothing?
We got an unplug?
Unplugged.
Oh, then we'll pull it back.
Brian!
Are we good?
Keep talking.
Brian's head fell off.
I'm an Aquarius.
We got
You like horseback
I
riding?
like long walks. No, what we got here is definitely here is a sponsor I had for a long time, but his kid is a professional skateboarder that rides for Death Wish, and in commemorance, he did that for his dad for the tackle shop and
Yeah.
for all of us chain rats and all us anglers. And he's a diehard fisherman. It's John Dixon Death Wish Skateboards, and then Triangle Sports is the tackle store.
Very cool.
So-
Awesome.
Pete, that will live in the studio forever and ever right there. I love that. No, it's just the deck. Chris, I want to introduce the last guy on our casting couch tonight.
Who could that be?
I don't know. It's a guy who has actually been on Ike Live before, maybe several times. I think we've had you on Skype and we've had you on the couch at least once. The one and only Seth Feider.
Seth Feider.
Everybody.
That's Seth Feider.
Yeah.
Spelt wrong, but Seth Feider.
Fiadia. That's the French spelling.
Oh, they got it right now.
Oh, they
Yeah.
Look at
Wow,
that.
that's
Still
technology.
on the fly. That's
All right,
pretty
you're
good.
hired. Eric, you're hired again.
It took him 5 years to get mine right. Still not sure it's right.
Gloom sick. Gloom sick. Guys, we're gonna have a great show. I'm so excited to have you. We're gonna do a lot of stuff. We got 3 segments. I think I'm gonna start with Chris. I'm gonna talk to you early on.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Seth and Pat. We're gonna save the best for last.
Whoa.
We're gonna save you for segment 3. But we're gonna dig in a little bit about what's going on with you guys and how life is going. Let me finish with the crew tonight. Pete Glusick. We've got Brian the Carpenter producing the show tonight.
That's Brian.
BTC. Brian the Carpenter.
Barry the candlestick maker.
We also have on IMs tonight, we have Dave Brodzik, a.k.a. Fathead, a.k.a. Worf, a.k.a. Stormtrooper, in the house tonight. Dave?
Hello. Big fan, Dave.
Dave also has an Argyle sweater on, if you didn't notice. And then last but not least, definitely not least, minus the misspellings of the name, the one and only, the irreplaceable, Eric the intern. Eric, how you doing? Yes. It's going to be a great show tonight. Before we get the show started, Pete, as we always do, want to send a special thank you to all the military, active and veterans, men and women. Thank you guys for what you do.
Thank you,
It's
guys.
a crazy world. Also, policemen, firemen, EMT. Thank you, guys. We really do appreciate your service. I want to also remind everybody, Pete, before the show starts, big prizes tonight, Pete. And everybody watching, I know we've got a lot of diehard fans watching, that the prizes are always different. There's a little bit of little weird stuff going on. Sometimes stuff gets mailed. It's not the right stuff. New system on prizes tonight. We're launching it tonight. Take a look at this. We have the official, Brian Carpenter, give me an applause sound effect. We have the official Ike Live gift bag that we will be giving out. Hear how professional that was?
Johnny on the spot.
That was outstanding.
It's terrible. The official Ike Live gift bag, and whenever you win a prize from here till eternity, Pete, it will be this bag. And I'll just give you a little bit of a peek on some of the goodies in this bag. Of course, we have an Ike Live hat.
Yes.
We'll be giving. We'll also be giving away a mystery tackle box, MTB box, in every bag.
You don't know what's in there.
It's a mystery. Of course, we've got beautiful Flambeau gear in there. We've got tackle warehouse stickers
Yes.
and gift cards
Dave has
straight
those.
from TW.
Dave's got lots of those.
We've got products from TH Marine, including G-Juice. If you're not using it already, use it as mouthwash. Also, Real Snot is in there, of course. Want to make longer casts? Looking down here, see what else we got. Liquid Mayhem, a tube of Mayhem in every bag, Pete. And last but not least, brand new sponsor to Ike Live, you will get your very own bar, Dr. Squatch.
So anybody that wins a prize,
Yes.
they get the whole
In
a bag?
They get the whole kit and caboodle.
Wow.
Keep the bag?
They keep the bag, everything. Brian the Carpenter, if I'm not mistaken, approximate retail value on that bag, $792.
$1. I bet $1.
That may be a little high, but it's very valuable. And listen, tonight, if you want to win that bag, we're going to give away several tonight, plus some other great products like Biospawn products. We want to hear from you. Hit us up on the IM. It's right there next to the screen. Also, you can hit us up on the Ike Live social sites at Ike Live Show. And a little bit later in the show, Pete, guess what we're doing? We're opening up the phone lines to call.
Outstanding.
Yes.
To give away some prizes.
Well,
Yes.
Can I make an announcement?
Sure.
We already mentioned that Pat's going to be with us in New Jersey. The Edison show's going to be the
Edison show?
MC. Seth's going to be there tomorrow.
Yes.
We've got a star-studded cast. We got JT Kenny. We got Cliff Crochet. We got John Cruz coming in. Ike is going to be there on Sunday on Edison. So go to thebassuniversity.com. You can still get tickets there. And for you folks that are watching out in the Midwest, we're going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma tomorrow as well. Capped off with Edwin Evers is the headliner out there. Jeff Crete, bunch of top level guys are going to be there. So if you want to get a ticket to that, you can still do it at thebassuniversity.com. So come on out and join us this weekend.
Pete, let me ask you this. There's people watching right now that have no idea how to order a ticket online, but they want to show up. They live in Tulsa. They live in New York City. They're going to drive to Edison. How do they do it?
Come on in. if we fill up, we're going to find a spot for you. We'll move tables to the side. So come on in. At 7 o'clock, our doors open. You can register right there at the show, and we'll find a spot for you.
Worst case scenario, we could take Pat and get rid of him and put them as the MC.
That's right. We'll put you to work. We don't have a seat for you. We'll give you a job.
All right. So
I'm already fired.
You're like Eric.
Yeah, exactly.
You're fired and hired 20 times a day. Brian Carver, you got something? Can't hear you.
Hey, where's Brian?
Hey, there we go.
Hey, Brian.
What else is new? I just want to let everybody know that's watching on Facebook. Like and share this Facebook feed tonight. Seth Feider has a package of 10 Biospawn baits and a Biospawn shirt that he's giving
10
away.
packs
10
of
packages,
baits.
not yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 10 crates.
10 crates.
10 crates of baits.
Wow.
A bushel and a
Crates of
pack.
baits.
That's a
Yeah,
good
so
giveaway.
Seth's got a giveaway. Like and share the posts, and we'll pick somebody random at the end of the night to win that. Right?
Wow.
Shirt.
Awesome.
Baits.
10 packs of Biospawn and a shirt.
Yeah.
Like and share on Facebook.
That's right.
That's awesome. All right, I wanted to start it with the real simple question. You guys flew in.
We did.
I talked a little bit about you flew in separate. You all had easy flights, good flights in. You landed in Philadelphia. Now what happened? Here's the next big thing. You got to fill me in on what happened. You land, and then what happens?
We enjoyed a little slice of heaven, Mike.
Okay.
A big slice.
A big slice of heaven. We had.
Whizzy
Well, I mean,
I had
let's backtrack. A
Okay,
little
go
bit.
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We told Brandon Carpenter we were clearly at Gate C.
Yep.
He drives by it, claims he can't, turns around, and makes us walk 3/4 of a mile.
That was unbelievable.
All our gear.
They picked me up right at the door, Mike. I didn't have to. walk in.
That's the
I was
strange
right
thing
there.
about it. How it went
First
down.
thing, that's how the welcome committee in Philly was. It's like
Seth's got
I can't
5
turn
bags.
around,
I can't help him, and he's sitting there laughing.
Yeah,
at
the
him.
road, it's a big
Weird.
circle going to the airport, and you can't turn around.
It's a 5-mile circle.
It's
I texted them and called them both. Neither one of them answered the phone. I'm like, what gate are you at? What gate? No answer.
Oh, we
So I-
texted you long before that.
Oh, heck
Gate
yeah.
C.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Don't make me break out my phone.
Wow.
Oh, I got mine too.
All right. So, Brian Carpenter, so where did the ticket come in? Because I heard there was a ticket.
Oh, yeah, on South Street.
Oh, that was after the
All right,
goodness.
so
He didn't deserve it.
All right,
We're not there yet.
We'll get there.
Okay, we'll get there. All right, so
Let the evening unfold.
he picks you up. He makes you walk.
Yeah.
Like common folk. He makes you walk
Yeah.
like 3 miles. Dave, would you let that happen? Would you let these guys walk like common folk?
No, I would have dropped them off,
No.
parked the car, and walked back myself.
Right.
Yeah. Brosnick carried me on his shoulders last time I
Like,
came.
I mean, I saw
He
a
did.
lot of people with greetings, like with limos. Like, there should have been a sign.
Signs, everything. Yeah.
Like, you would think that. I mean, not me or Pat, but you'd think that Fighter.
Fighter,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A big star like Fighter.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you got.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
87th AOI, you don't get that.
All right, well, let's get to the part where I bought you all food.
Oh yeah, it was delicious, Brian.
Did you pay him back?
I bought my own food as well. Thanks for nothing, Brian.
What is going on?
What the heck? All right, so he picks you up. He picked you up, and you're all picked up. Although you had to walk, you're picked up in the 1987 beat up Tundra. You all get in, and then
It smells like a bunch of gypsies in there.
smells like a bunch of gypsies. It's got drywall in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Buckets
Oh, yeah.
of spackle and whatnot. He didn't make you ride with the spackle, did he?
No, but close to it. I thought I was going to have to go ground a black splash.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Pat, how many drained little vials of 5-hour energy were all over the floor, too?
Oh, it was worse than Zona's truck. Oh my gosh, they were everywhere.
It was littered.
Littered.
Oh,
Littered.
Oh yeah. You open the back door and then just
Riddled with 5-hour energy.
roll out onto
empties.
the parking lot.
oh my God.
I'm sensing that Eric the intern just got promoted.
He might have.
Oh, he must have, because he rode shotgun the whole time.
Dr.
You
Frankenstein
think
over there.
you think you'd make a mistake like that? One of us would be able to ride front. Nope.
I gotta.
He kicked you guys to the back seat.
Yeah, even him.
Oh my God.
Even the golden boy.
Yeah, the intern rode in the
Yep,
front.
whole time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What
Two
the
Elite
heck?
Series professionals and a talk show host rode in the back.
And because of the camera.
Chris rode on the hump.
All right.
Yeah.
I did. I was middle.
Eric, real quick, I just got to interrupt you. I want everybody. I know you've probably seen Eric's ass a few times go through the screen, but Eric,
Wow.
stand up and look at this screen right here.
I can't
look at
handle
that
it when
one
he's greasy.
right there. That one. Get in a little closer. I want you to notice how Eric's quaff comes through the wig.
Dr. Quaffenstein.
Yeah, it's clearly coming through
Can't
the
hold
wig.
it down.
That quaff is unbelievable. All right, so
I don't know how he does it.
picks you up, and you go to a cheesesteak place, but you decide not to go to iconic Pat's and Gino's.
We went to Jim's.
You went to Jim's. Tell me a little bit about it. What happened.
It was amazing.
What happened?
Yeah, amazing.
Good.
Feider
Right?
was jonesing from like for 4 days. Like
Oh, yeah.
we were in this group. We were in this group text, right? That Brian started, of course. And every time Feider's like, his only response to any cheesesteak. So what time you guys getting in?
Cheesesteak. Right.
So what? Cheesesteak. So finally we got cheesesteaks. We get to the airport. Feider was like grabbing the carpenter by the shirt like this. It's like cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
And we went. It's a true story, right?
Absolutely.
See?
Now,
Not one I just made up. It's a true story.
Now, tell me about the cheesesteaks, because we've got a lot of people, and I want you to go one by one. We got a lot of people watching, Pete, that are true Philly heads. They live in Delaware, New York City. They know what a real cheesesteak is. They know how to order a real cheesesteak. Start with Pat. Tell me a little bit about what cheesesteak did you go with?
Dude, I just got the meat and the wit.
Meat wit.
Meat wit.
Okay.
So I just got, or no, did I get it wrong again, Bri?
Yes.
Whiz.
Meat whiz.
Oh,
You got whiz.
Yeah,
Whiz.
meat whiz. I didn't get any onions.
Whiz wit or whiz wit out?
Wizzo.
Whiz wit out.
H to the Wizzo. B to the Bizzo. C to the cheesesteak.
So
Say
you got-
not guilty.
So you went with the whiz cheese, which is a good choice.
Yes.
Can be a good choice. Did you go fried onions or no fried onions?
I went no onions.
No onions.
No.
So whiz without.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, don't order meat because that's a given.
Okay.
I ordered meat. I did. I said, hey, I just want meat and cheese.
And what kind of a neighborhood are you from where you
And
gotta
then
order meat with your cheesesteak, dude?
And then I was trying to convince the guy I
cheesesteak
was
without
from
the
Philly.
meat, sir.
I'm like, you can tell I'm from Philly, right? He didn't believe me.
Dave, though, I
You order
got
a bun too?
to to kind of buffer that though. If you order a Philly cheesesteak in any other part of the world, and Pete, I know we've tried it a few times in like Alabama or Georgia or Florida. It's basically like a sandwich without any meat in it. It's terrible.
Dude, and you
It's
can't
terrible.
duplicate it. I've tried, ever since my first trip here, I've tried to duplicate the
Yeah.
Philly cheesesteak at different
Yeah.
places throughout the country. It
Yeah,
doesn't
well,
happen.
it's a combination. Brian Carpenter, back me up on this. Philly cheesesteak's a combination of the cheese, the meat, the way they cook it, the way they slice it, but a lot of it's the roll.
Yeah.
Come on,
The
man.
roll
Rolls
soft.
a lot.
Really
Come on.
good
It's
there.
amazing.
Dude, we do bread very well in this part of the
Amoroso.
country. Yes.
Yeah, you got
Yes.
good bakers.
Amoroso.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Keep going, Chris.
I whiz the same. I whizzed
Same thing.
Whiz.
Whiz wit out.
Whiz,
Yeah,
no
no
onions.
onions.
Whiz without. Okay.
But I did see where the whiz is stored, though.
You did.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
found the Whiz
Yeah.
Cave.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like in a vat?
It's a secret
No,
Whiz
secret.
Cave.
We can't talk
They
about it.
blindfolded
Let's
us. We'll tell you next time we're
Yeah.
on.
Wow. Did we,
We
get
saw
any
the
of
whiz vat.
Yeah.
Eric, did you get any of that on film?
He did,
Oh
but
my
you
God.
can't tell
It's
you.
just northern guys being smart. We knew where
Yeah.
the whiz is.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I want to see
It
that.
was the man behind the curtain.
Seth, what did we
Whiz
go?
wit.
Whiz wit.
Yeah.
You changed it up. I'm glad you changed it up.
Spider.
Little fried
That's how
onions on it.
cheesesteak's meant to be. I
Yeah.
feel like,
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
I'm
good.
no expert, but I mean,
All right. Now
But you paid for yours, though, by
I do wanna
yourself. I got
follow-
mine paid.
Yeah.
I will say that I did buy all of them but Seth's because he was very rammy. He was like 10 steps ahead of all of us.
Oh, so he
Hungry.
He was on a
Hungry.
mission. He was.
well, they all walk in, just stand around like, what are you going to order? Like, obviously, you're going to get a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Not like, maybe I'll have a salad. Like, you go to the counter, cheese, whiz, wet, get my food and go.
Go to Jim's for a salad.
I don't know. They're all standing around staring at the menu like,
You guys got shrimp?
Oh my God.
Mike,
Fighter,
did you ever
show-
get yours?
Show him your cheesesteak tattoo you got after.
We got that afterwards.
yeah, well, it's
Master of
it's in an inappropriate place.
Wow. Now,
That's for the after hours show.
I did leave out Brian and Eric, the intern. And Brian, you could answer for Eric. What did you guys get?
Whiz-wit.
Whiz wit, both
Yeah.
of you.
I think-
Okay.
I think Eric went with it. I'm not sure. Mike, did you ever get your cheesesteak?
I never got it. I was just going to complain about that. I'm filing a complaint.
It's probably still in my truck.
Oh my God.
It's still good.
It's got a
It's
drywall
still good.
screen buried
It's
in
cold out.
Dude, that thing's going to be so good later.
Oh, it's marinating.
Because I specifically wanted not Whiz, but Brian Carpenter. What did I want?
Provolone.
Provolone.
That's what he kept saying.
extra
We made a
provolone.
mistake. We should have got another one.
Provolone's pretty good.
Is it?
With a Philly steak.
Oh.
Really good. Yeah, it's really, really good.
With cheese only.
Yeah. Pete, do you have a preference in?
Man, I go back and forth without. I like them. I like it both ways.
Depends
Ooh.
if you got a
Country
hot
and
date.
Western.
I do mushrooms on most of mine, but when I go to Philly,
Really?
I go without the mushrooms.
Without
Yeah.
shroom.
Yeah.
Dave Brodzik, preference in steaks.
I whiz with.
Whiz with. Okay, that's a good choice.
Usually too.
It's a good choice. Let me real quick give everybody. I'd like to hear what your favorite cheesesteak is. If you're watching right now, if you come up with something unique and special that we haven't heard, might be our first Ike Live gift bag of the night, Pete.
Awesome.
There you go.
How do you guys deal with this hair, man? I'm like itching, scratching.
Yeah.
We're born with it, though.
Just get used to it.
It's a lot.
Born
It's
with
a
it.
lot.
The worst is when it gets caught in your reel.
I saw
when
that today.
Yeah, it gets caught in there, and that's why if you look at my hair, it's uneven on each side because part of it's been ripped off in reels.
Your hook set's so evil, though. Just
You set the hook today?
I waxed him today.
Did you really?
He waxed him today.
We're going to talk about that in a second. We're gonna talk, no, it was
those fish are trained.
Yeah,
trust me.
Well, let's talk about it. It was a good segue. So, Pete, we decided these guys were getting in early. We were going to have a window of about 3 hours before the show. You know, we had about from 1:30ish, 2 o'clock to a little after 4.
Good weather, 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Yep, great weather.
It was hammering out.
Air
was
temperature was definitely in the mid-30s, mid to low 30s. Water temperature was in the mid to high 30s. Definitely with a steady 10 to 20, 30 with gust of 40, for sure. That's the scenario, Pete. We're in two boats. We're in a really used, non-working bass boat, and we're in an amazing little tiny tracker with a little 9.9 on the back.
Okay.
So we got two incredible rigs, and we create this contest called Pros versus Schmoes, aka Scrubs. So the scenario is we've got Pat, Chris, Seth, and myself in the non-functioning bass boat. And then
handicap. That's good.
Yeah, we had a little bit of handicap.
Right.
And then in the tracker, we've got Brian the Carpenter, we've got Eric the Intern, we've got the one and only the Riz in that boat.
Riz.
And we had a series, actually 4 of them, Pete, if I want to repeat, the 4 goals or contests we had going on. First one, and the most important, of course, was most fish caught. Who could catch the most fish? Didn't matter if it was a bass, pickerel, crappie, perch, whatever it was. Most fish. We had first fish. We had biggest fish. And then we had the individual with the most fish catches. They were the 4 prizes we had.
And you're not saying bass. You're just saying fish.
Saying fish. One was bass, first fish,
Okay.
and then one was big bass as
Okay.
well.
All right.
I left that one out. So, Brian Carpenter, give me a tally, the most important title, and we'd expect the pros to win this. We've got elite guys here. We've got guys that have won at the highest level of tournament fishing.
Yeah.
Brian Carpenter, who won the overall prize for most
The
fish?
overall?
Yes.
That was the Schmoes.
Oh, God!
Disgusting.
God.
But it was down to the wire, though.
Not only
it was
did the
down.
Schmoes
done.
catch the most fish, but we also filmed the whole thing.
Right.
So you weren't fishing the whole time.
They were
There were
working
three-
and filming,
It
and
was
they still
basically
beat us.
4-on-2, and we lost.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
We just
Eric
got
had
beat.
one hand on
4
the
on-
camera, one hand on a rod.
4
Well,
on 2.
Yeah, well, Eric was filming most of the time.
Yeah.
I had a triple and I lost.
Yeah,
it.
we would have won.
Triple.
Yeah.
A triple?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris would have
triple.
got that in.
He saw the flash and I saw another flash and he saw the other flash and then it come on.
There
That's a
might have been
triple.
4
Triple.
fish.
It might have been.
It might have
Three.
been 4.
It was definitely.
Well, there's 6 hooks if you count.
Yeah.
them.
I mean, he definitely went right through a school and something happened.
Yeah, something happened.
We would have won.
It was crazy.
So what was caught?
So we ended up,
Biggins.
I want to say the final tally was 7-6, if I'm correct.
All right.
And we had a really nice mix of yellow perch, chain pickerel, crappie, and last but not least, largemouth bass.
Okay.
We were one short of the South Jersey Slam, to mention that.
What's
By
the
the
other
way,
one?
which
Bull-
is South Jersey Slam.
Bullhead?
We were missing the bluegill,
Oh, bullhead.
which
That was
would have
a bullhead.
completed the slam for us. So we were on short. But it was, dude, it was.
So you caught the only 2 bass of the day.
I did. I caught 2 bass, and Eric the Intern lost a really big bass. So we had 3 bass bites.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable, eh? Yeah.
Mike, do you know who the magician Doug Henning is?
Doug Henning?
Henning?
Henning.
I've
Yeah.
heard-
Do you
We've
remember
heard
that
of
guy?
him. Yeah.
Like every time I look this way, I think Mike is Doug Henning. There's a shocking, uncanny resemblance with the hair like
The
that.
hair's bringing it out.
It is.
Hold on. How about now?
Exactly like him.
Dr. Squatch, kill me. It was interesting. Are you looking back on your performance today? I know we had a lot of high hopes, guys.
Yeah, you know, Mike, I felt that I had a good tournament, and I wouldn't change a thing. You know, I went out there and fished my strengths, man. I pretty much just kept my nose down, and I wouldn't change a thing, Mike. I mean, I think I gave my best performance, and those 2 perch I caught, they made me a better angler.
They did. They did. Chris, I know, a lot of competition on elites, but competition today was clearly
fierce.
Was fierce. It was stiff.
Fierce.
I would call it stiff.
No, definitely. And the pregame with the push-ups and stuff.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. And just like I looked at some of his techniques,
Yeah.
the light line and him switching up, just made me switch up a little bit to be able to get that pickerel.
Right.
Yeah.
That's key.
It's key.
Learning
you
from
came
each
through.
other.
We did. That's how pros do it.
Yeah. We watch. We watch. I'm not a pro.
See, you
got long hair.
Yeah, I got. That's my only
You take
qualification.
lesson from all this.
Yeah. Now, and Seth, I want to go to you and finally, what can you take? What can you take from today that will help you excel on the elites next year? I know there's something. There's a little nugget.
I learned a lot about the snot.
Right.
Peace snot. Ways to feather around the snot.
Yeah.
Really get a crankbait through snot.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard to do.
It is.
I'm happy with my performance. I had 2 bites. I put them both in the boat.
Jumbos, too,
I
by
left
the way.
it all out there. I fished hard from end to end, and we just got robbed today. It happens. You know what I mean?
No, it does happen.
It was just like the Bears field goal.
Yep.
Like we were the better team. We were doing it, and then at the end, Brian the Carpenter just boom, couple
Salty.
perch.
Dude,
Salty.
V did come through.
And it was
Double
over.
They come through.
Like
Wow.
I know.
we
I don't know, Mike. I'm still kind of
played a good
upset.
game.
I'm upset, too.
I could see it. I could see the upset.
The whole mood of the room just changed for crying.
Dude,
out
I did.
loud.
I felt the air just come
Jeez.
out of it.
I know.
Just got cold.
We done or what, guys?
Dude,
Ready to go?
We're done.
Yeah.
What time's your
Let's call
flight?
this a show.
Let's get out of here.
I have 2 rods and 3 lures in the boat.
2 rods and 3 lures. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And
Wow.
Rich brought 2 rods.
Wow.
Mike, I brought a
kept it
Flambeau
simple.
bazooka tube. I had 17 rods.
Wow.
Yes.
Couldn't compete.
Still couldn't do it.
Couldn't compete.
Yeah.
We even had the Hydro Wave on our boat.
We
It didn't
did.
work.
Make the sound, Seth.
The hydro sound? I think you did it better. It's kind of like Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, my God. Now, I want to ask Chris and Seth this question. This is a new circuit that popped up, this pros versus schmoes. It's be a tough choice, but are you going FLW, MLF, BASS, or pros versus schmoes? Chris?
I'm going to have to wait a little bit so I can get my announcement together.
Right.
Just because, it was heated today.
It was heated, yeah.
There's a lot of decisions I got to make with sponsors and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
And me and Jim travel together, so I don't know what he's going to do.
That's right. You can't break the
I know what I'm going to do.
What are you going to do?
I got to stay with Bass.
You got it.
Yeah, I fished one pro versus schmo event and got throttled. I'm not going back for more.
Where's the rest of the
not going back for more.
But where's the rest of the
I learned my lesson. They took all my money. I'm leaving and never coming back. And I'm going to call you cheaters every time anybody asks me.
Hey, they took more than
It
that,
was a
Seth.
little weird,
They took
too,
more
though.
than
They
that.
made me take my clothes off. You, too.
Yeah.
That's an odd thing. What's that? Is that like is that how the trophies
Yeah,
ceremony goes?
so Dave, give me 1 second, Dave. So we lost, and part of the losers, the payout was tonight we're going to be drinking a cocktail poured by Brian the Carpenter.
Yes.
We all have to drink a cocktail, which I'm not looking forward to. It could be anything he wants to concoct. But part of it was we had to take our shirts off, Pete, in the freezing cold, and let our giant beer dad bellies hang out in the frosty cold. And you might see that picture posted on social
It's sexy
media.
as hell.
That's pretty a harsh penalty.
Yeah.
I was hoping you have to do like the polar bear plunge.
No
It was
polar
close
bear
enough.
plunge.
It was
It
close
was
enough.
pretty
Yeah,
close.
believe
Yeah.
me. I got in Rizzo's truck, put that thing on 90.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
It was a pretty close. And I just want to look at this one comment. I had posted this picture. Might be able to bring this up a little later. I posted this picture of all of us shirtless with a beer and a cigarette. And the one comment that came through was actually from a calendar company and said, guys, we would really love you for the 2020 Fat Dads calendar. So if you guys are
Doesn't
interested.
surprise me.
If you guys are interested,
I'm in.
we have a good
dad
gig,
bod
good
Mike.
opportunity for it.
Yeah.
We'll talk to
my
Charles
child hasn't
about
showed up, though, yet. He hasn't knocked on the door yet. He's probably 18, 19 by now. Mexico trip.
He's like,
Hey, Chris, what's going on? Hey, you got Tile Tech. You got new business.
and there it goes! Oh,
my God.
Look at all that glory! glory.
Look at Seth. He went 10.
God,
You
look
can
at
tell.
the glory.
Oh yeah.
That's real?
I gotta tell you, Seth, you are significantly more white in the belly.
I don't ever go naked.
Wow.
No,
He was born with clothes on.
That's unbelievable. Can we get a shot of that again, Brian?
Yeah.
Look at that.
I just have so many carcinogens dumped in my body. I'm just
Right.
like, I'm really fighting.
Look how much pain I'm in, bro. Look at that. I am in pain right
I'm
there.
I'm
Look
long
at my
sleeve
face.
That
shirt,
reminds me of prison.
full on
Yeah.
pants every time.
Oh God! Oh, look at that! Oh yes,
Yeah, that's as white as you can be.
man, that is a glorious photo. I love it.
That does not see
That's
sense.
amazing. And you cheated. You put the bibs over your belly.
I didn't know, not totally. I had the bell bib the vote local. One
you
down.
did.
Oh my God!
Ding, 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 ding. Poison. Come on, Pete. Poison. Pete, come on. Poison. Come on, Pete. I need help. Pete, poison.
I don't know that song.
Oh yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You do too, Pete.
All right, Dave Brodzik, what we got going on back there?
So do you want to get the sandwich contest out of the way?
Sure.
All right. So here are some. Before we get to that, Pete. Pete, there's some people say you look like a blonde meatloaf. one dude said poor Pete looks like Greg the Hammer Valentine. No, I was what made me laugh was I was thinking like Dusty Rhodes later on in his career is what you were making me think.
A washed up.
You look
Dusty
phenomenal,
Rhodes.
Glusick. I'm not gonna lie.
That's good.
You do.
I think you look good.
You do look good. You're a golden boy right now.
Hey man, I'm just trying to fit in.
Stay golden, Peter.
Give me a little woo.
Woo! So, like, he's kind of got the Ashley Schaefer BMW hair too, doesn't he?
A little bit. Look at that.
It's kind of like Will Ferrell in Eastbound and Down.
Little curls at the top.
Your plums.
I love it. Dave, what else you got coming?
How do you want to get the sandwich contest over? How many you want me to throw at you?
Throw us 3 of your top ones, and collectively we're going to pick one. This is the most unique Philly cheesesteak choice from some of our listeners tonight.
Okay.
Does it have to be Philadelphia? I'm sorry for asking. But...
No, I don't think it has to be Philly. As long as
I'm going to I'm going to break it out a little bit regionally because a couple of our guys are from where this one poster put it in at. Milwaukee Mike says Chubby's cheesesteak with nacho cheese and tater tots on it.
Ooh.
Whoa.
That's interesting. It's an interesting combo. All right.
A lot of carbs.
Cheddar and
I don't
tots.
like potato inside of bread. I just
bread and bread.
yeah.
They'd have to
Carb
be
and
real
carb?
crunchy.
Yeah.
They'd have to
Okay.
be crunchy.
But anyhow,
All right, Dave.
Peeler Dave. Here in Cheeseland, we make sliced venison, provolone cheese, sliced onions, and mushrooms
I knew that
on a
is.
roll. That's a Wisconsin Philly cheesesteak.
you win.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's my boy.
That's pretty good.
I got hungry and we just ate, so that is
I know.
a good one.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
You know,
The provolone sold me too.
I know, but venison's a little bit too lean.
Lean. It's too lean to be in
a
it.
cheese.
By the way, we
Okay.
ate venison tonight.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
There's, yeah.
Pork roll.
I
Everything.
think there's more out there, Pete. If you want to.
It's not lean either.
Some.
And I got 2
The
more,
hamburger
guys.
out
So
there?
we got those
And
2.
pork
Here's
roll.
2 more. An Asian carp sandwich whiz with.
That'll help Kentucky.
Eat as many as
Oh
you can.
God, they need it.
The last one. Roast beef sandwich from the casting couch.
It's funny. I don't know.
That doesn't
That's
sound
that
right.
one.
Let's get a vote here. I'm gonna go 2 or 3. I like the Asian carp. That's pretty funny. But the venison sounded fabulous. So Pete,
I'm going with the crunchy potatoes on my cheese steak.
okay, confuse it, Pat.
I'm going for the funny factor with the Asian carp.
Okay,
Yeah.
Chris?
I'm going with the deer.
Deer,
Carp.
Seth, carp, Dave Brodzik.
Because I've just started eating deer because of the guys we have here now. I'm going deer.
Okay, Brian, you're a deciding factor right here.
Carp.
Deer,
I'll go with the funny fact of the carp.
carp. And there you have it. Your winner
There's the
tonight,
carp.
Asian carp.
All right. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, send through your information. We won't put it through. Send us your contact info, and you have won the Ike Live prize pack, Pete.
And there's a 20 or 30% chance you will receive it.
It's better than that. It's better than that now.
It's a new system.
I'd say it's about 35%.
It's much better now.
It's much better.
37.
Yeah.
I do like the carp sandwich. Everybody should eat those. Breakfast, lunch,
That'd be
and
one
dinner,
way to
man.
get rid of it.
It would be.
You know, they do that in the Illinois River where there's an Asian carp problem. They actually have those derbies, and they end up making patties out of them. They seriously have like they feed.
They
less
really do that.
They feed less fortunate people. Not kidding.
Wow.
It's a true story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder how it tastes. Guess if you cook it right.
Well, I mean, they eat them.
They make them at patties with the breading and onions and peppers. And,
Right.
So it's kind of like a salmon patty, but a carp patty.
Right.
You know, crab cake.
Carp cake.
There you
Carp
go.
cake.
Carp cake. That's
Carp
what it is.
cake.
I read where they fished them out in over in the east, and they fished them out because they love to eat them.
Wow.
You need to get to Kentucky Lake.
Yeah,
Huh.
and then they got here. We just haven't found an appetite.
Yeah.
for
Do
them, I
you
guess.
guys, Chris or Seth, do you have stories from Asian carp from when we were at Kentucky or other stuff? Do you have
Anybody
any
get
crazy
hit with
weird?
one?
Nothing crazy, just a side scan constantly full of them.
Not like
Everywhere.
you. Not like your boat full of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
No.
crazy.
I had one jump over, you know what I mean? I had one land on the back deck, nothing major, but it still was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Such a weird deal, isn't it?
Did anybody on tour get hit with them? Because I know people are getting killed, getting hit with them.
Are they?
Yeah, well, you're driving 70 miles an hour, and it's not common, but I mean,
Like killed?
yeah, I heard people have died.
Death by carp?
Yeah, I heard that is
Wow.
happening, you know,
Death by carp.
I mean, think about it. I mean, that's a 20 pounds
yeah.
of fish that's airborne. You're going 70
Hits you in the
miles an
temple,
hour.
dude. Boom, in the temple.
If it hits you in the
Ow.
wrong spot.
I've heard of that happening with the paddlefish.
Yeah,
People getting smoked by paddlefish,
Right.
which get even bigger.
yep.
Yeah,
That'll
places
do it.
like Tulsa. Yeah, let me remind everybody, hey, you got a question, comment for anything on the show tonight, including these guys on the couch, please hit us up on our IM. Also, Pete, we're going to be opening up phone lines a little bit later, probably in the
Awesome.
third segment. Brian Carpenter, what do you got?
B said that in that photo of you guys, Feider looks like an uncooked turkey.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
That is so horrible. Oh my god!
I think it's fair.
No, I mean the
Assess it.
picture in general. Not,
It's terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's horrendous.
Yeah.
No, Playgirl will be calling like
Yeah.
soon.
Definitely
that.
getting strange on that photo.
That's bold.
Chris, I do want to talk to you a little bit. I want to pick you out. We've had both these guys on the show before. We do this to everybody, but I'd like to hear it. I want to hear a little bit of your background. I think people watching the show tonight, they saw you the last few years. They saw you sort of seemed like you came out of nowhere. But give us a little bit of your background. How'd you end up in this crazy world fishing professionally?
Well, I mean, just like everyone, been fishing forever, you know. Am I not plugged in again? This thing is on.
Ryan, did you just take your wig off?
Am I not plugged in?
Keep going.
Am I good?
You don't sound plugged in.
I don't think I'm plugged in.
Do the beatbox real quick. Let me hear. Oh, that's me.
Hello?
You're good. You're good. Is it up, Chris?
I'm good?
Yeah.
I got you. No, as all of us, you know, been fishing, whatever, since I've been shitting in my shorts. But, the whole kind of thing started. I decided to do the Opens in 2016. Was planned on doing a bunch of them, all the Opens, you know, always wanted to make the elites. And then, you know, the whole situation, you know, not to put a damper on the party, I lost my father, so it kind of kicked it into full gear. And I actually wanted to quit, kind of set myself away from it. But my mother is the most amazing person in the world. You know, 3 weeks after he died, she's like, what else are you going to do? The only way you've coped in your life is fishing.
Yeah.
So, you know, get your ass to Florida, make the long drive. That's the only way you're going to cope. You know, and then we agreed upon not to do the rest of the Opens, just do the Southerns. Got a taste of it. Just missed making the elites my first year in 2016. Finished 7th. And then basically that lit the fire completely. Then the following year did all the Opens, Southerns, Centrals, and Northerns. And I was lucky enough to qualify in the Northerns. And then last year was my rookie year. Here we are, my sophomore year. And my head is fully out of my ass. And we're gonna do some damage this year, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Sophomore year, it's funny because we've had a lot of guys on this couch, Pete, that had a horrible freshman year and smashed it sophomore year, and vice versa.
I'm rubbing this couch.
We've also had guys that have had a great freshman year, and then they have that sophomore jinx. I mean, what are your expectations? A lot has changed, and we're going to get into that a little later. But do you give yourself expectations? I mean, here we are. We're a month ahead of the start for you guys at St. John's. Are you giving yourself expectations this year that you didn't do last year, or is it the same? God bless you.
God bless you. 100%. 100%. I think, I don't know, last year I had this like survival mentality, which if I look back on it now, it wasn't a good mentality. You know, I mean, for the upcoming anglers or the rookies this year, you don't want to survive. You want to strive to win. And I think by me not having that attitude, I think that's what put me in the position I was in. You know, I didn't really finish the way I wanted to. I came out of the gates flying in a couple tournaments, just couldn't put together those other day 2s, day 3s. So this year, I don't know. I got this weird feeling. I want to win. So you know, whether you know that hard work's gonna transpire into a win, awesome. But if not, I think my goal's set higher, and I think we're I'm gonna see a little bit better result in the end. So.
Yeah, that's great. Now, I mean, and I do want to get into this a little later, but with the dramatic change of the elites, and actually this is a question for both of you, but I'll start with you, Chris. Are you taking that into account on the way that you're going to show up and fish an event? From a mindset, is it any different this year, fishing the elites with 80 different names than it was last year, or is it the same?
No, it can't be. It can't be. I mean, it's still filled with hammers.
It is.
And I mean, it's fishing. This is against the fish.
Yeah.
You know, you beat the fish, you win the event.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I'm still taking it, taking it as my job and taking it 100% serious.
Yeah.
I don't think there is any slacking. I mean, yes, maybe the field's a little lighter. I guess you got more room to move around, but I don't believe that.
I don't think so either.
I think it's just the simple fact of just performance.
Yeah, I think it's the same. I think a lot of guys, Pete, are they're it's like hypothetically like it's not going to be as tough. I think it's going to be just as strong, dude. I mean, look at the names on that list, and at the end of the day, that competition, that's nothing's different, right? It's the same,
right?
What do you think?
Well, the only thing that I think that is different, that I think you guys are going to feel, is less people in the field.
Yeah.
Right. So, when you're in a big field with a group of talented anglers, it's like you find 5 spots or 5 patterns or whatever it is. 3 of them are gone because Seth's on one, you're doing the other one, and so you're left with maybe 2 areas that you can fish. But with less of a field, right? That's got to make you feel good that, right? You're gonna have more fish to fish for in an event.
No, true. It's gonna, especially like with Florida and them, like opening up Rodman and got George. You're gonna have people moving all over the place. And being able to move around, and you may pull into an area, and instead of there being 50 guys on a flat or whatever, now there might be 25.
Yeah, you might be able to move around more. Yeah, because like in tournaments, right? You get into an area, and you're like, well, I gotta stay, I gotta grind, because I know if I leave here, there's probably going to be somebody where I think I want to go.
Right.
Yeah. Now you might be able to say that more. Say, you know what? I can run and gun. I can run 20 miles and look and come back and maybe not have 5 boats on my spot,
Yeah, because there is physically, what is it, 30 less boats or a little more than 30 less boats this year, right? Because we had 100, we started with 100 and what last year?
110.
110, okay, and you're at 75 this year. Yep. So it is a smaller field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even 110 is pretty light, too.
Right.
Like the last few years on the Elite Series, it was pretty rare for me to want to pull up somewhere and there be someone on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
The places we go are so big, and depending on the time of the year, fish are real spread out and stuff. So
yeah,
I haven't had a lot of.
Well, that's because you fish weird.
Maybe.
Nobody finds your stuff. That's a good problem to have, man.
It is a good problem to have.
That's really
great. Now, Seth, are you preparing any different, or is it the same?
A derby's a derby, man. It's go out and catch them. I take a little team derby back home with as serious as I will fish in Elite Series, as serious as I will fish in Classic. Like, it's just tournament fishing. It's it's not going to be any different regardless of who's there. It could be a 3-boat coffee can pro.
We saw him today out there today.
Saw
him today.
The Bassmaster Classic, it's still just
today though was tough though with like the helicopters, the wind.
Yeah, the helicopters really threw me.
Yeah, the camera boats were really messing up my cast.
Well, when Jerry McInnes flew over in the helicopter, that threw me off.
Yeah. Was that Jerry McInnes?
It was Jerry. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the guy from Weekend at Bernie's. Sure, it was him.
Well, now that you say that, I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm not sure either.
That was intense today, though. I'm plowed over. It was tough.
It was tough.
Did he give you weather gear to wear?
Nothing.
Did he make you go out?
No rods,
sweatshirts.
Pictures use their hands. No, he provided us with everything.
They were on the back deck building the fire with 2 sticks. Trying to get warm back there.
Well, Ike makes his 7th cast, catches a 4-pounder.
It was pretty awesome.
It was amazing.
I still can't believe it. I'm in shock. I do want to talk, Chris, a little too. You know what's interesting is you're from Chicago area.
Yep.
We're from Jersey. One of the bonds that we have there, different parts of the world, but they're very untraditional areas to grow up 100%. And to not just fall in love with fishing, but to pursue it as a career. We talk about that all the time. We've had so many people sit on this couch that are Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, Texas. Dude, the hotbed of training ground for professional anglers. Here we've got Seth from North Country. We've got you from Chicago. Tell me a little bit about that. What was the moment? You're growing up in that area. What was the moment? What made you want to pursue this as a career?
I'm not kissing up to you, but watching you.
Yeah!
I got no, but watching guys like you, watching all the old time bass guys, and just I don't know, man. Like, it's weird. In Illinois, yes, we got Southern Illinois hammers, Central Illinois, Mississippi River guys out near Savannah and stuff, but the chain rats, like my area, my core, like that Chicago-based circle just over the border in Wisconsin, there's just a ton of studs, and we all dream big, and it's just it's awesome, and we all dreamed what I'm doing now, and I think and it's awesome. But I come from a huge group of studs, But like that little corner in Illinois, I don't know. It's just a weird little vibe there. They love it because we have so many different things we can do.
Yeah.
Like we can run 2.5 hours north, get to Sturgeon Bay. We can run 2.5 hours north, west, and we're on La Crosse.
A lot of variation.
Yeah, and we have a lot of variations, and it allows you to fish different styles.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now, you brought something up, and Brian the Carpenter made sure he wanted me to ask you about this. A lot of people watching right now, a lot of people are going to be listening to the show later, and you mentioned this word, chain rats.
Yes.
Can you describe that? What is a chain? Pete, do you know what a chain rat is?
I do.
You do?
I read a little bit about what a chain rat is.
What is a chain rat?
I mean, a true chain rat is basically born and raised on the chain, which is the Fox Channel Lakes in northern Illinois, Antioch area. River flows into Wisconsin, and it's a chain of 13 different lakes, rivers that flow through, and it's just it started off actually in the 80s, like when I was really young.
Yeah.
This place used to have crazy amount of tournaments. I'm talking crazy, guys. Like Northland Bass would put out pro co-angler tournaments, you need a non-boater, and they'd show up and they'd have 120 boats. No kidding you.
Wow.
With 120 co-anglers.
Wow.
You can't even get that in a BFL nowadays, and this is on the Fox chain.
Yeah.
So what kind of stemmed was there was a group of dudes, older guys like the Langs, Kavachik, Dixons, you have all these studs, and they kind of just developed this whole chain rats, and they were also these. It was just really, their group. And then it faded away. And then, throughout the last, 10 years, with tournaments growing back to not to the 120 boats, but, to 50, 60 boats, the chain rat thing came back. And then I just decided to take it to a new level. And, because we're all a bunch of rats. We're grimy fishermen, grind hard,
Yeah, it's funny because as you're saying that, it's interesting because I think, again, the analogy of New Jersey, we had that. We talked about it last show or two, Pete, where we had that same sort of hardcore group of guys at the grassroots level, and that's why both of us got into it. So it's so interesting to hear that. Different part of the country. It's the same, though.
And it drives you. You know, when you got good competition like that, it pushes you to the next level. It must have been hard to compete.
Oh, it was. Back in the day, it was insane. And it was a weird deal because you could almost mimic it to the 25, 30 years to the date. You'd have the same 6 guys winning.
Yeah.
And they were the chain rats. And now you got the same 5 or 6 guys winning now.
Right.
You know, it's either a love-hate relationship. Either they love the rats or they are just like, oh, God, they're here today.
Now, here's the real question. Do you guys wear leather jackets?
At times.
I can see in my mind, I'm visualizing like grease.
At times.
You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, you know, we like it with like a dago, you know, a tight shirt underneath.
Yeah.
Just leave it all hang out.
Yeah, the hair. You got a little gorilla going on, too. I noticed that earlier. It's good. The gorilla's good.
Heck yeah, it beats water too.
It does beat water. And you were actually the warmest in the boat today. With the gorilla. I saw that.
You knew that.
You wear your sweater, Pete. You're always warm. You know what I'm saying?
It's nice to have.
It is nice to have. Dave, did you have something?
No, when you said you were thinking Grease, I was immediately thinking like the Malachi brothers.
Yeah, the Malachi crunch. Yeah, the crunch, Dave.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, my hair. Why you gotta mess with my hair?
You guys should have done a dance number.
I know.
Yours does look waste.
Now, here's the other thing I want to get into, and I want to put you on the spot on this. And Pete, I'm very observant at tournaments too. Last couple of years, I watch, and one of the things I look for is fans. I look for support. I look for interaction from people watching and attending events and how they interact with pros. Both of you guys, I want to tell you, I have never seen such a passionate fan base, friendship base show up at tournaments. Seth, when you won up at Mille Lacs, it was un-effing believable. Chris, I got to see you with your support group at the Mississippi River. We camped across from each other.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, it's so unbelievable to see these group of guys. I'm talking your friends, their friends, family, cousins, uncles, all with their kids out there cursing, spitting, yelling.
Just a bunch of hippies, man.
Dude, it's great.
Loving it.
It made me feel, like at home.
Yeah.
I felt like I was at an old Top Rod banquet. You know what I mean? It felt so nice.
You had no idea what you were getting to pulling that RV in next to everyone.
No, I loved it, though, man. I loved it. Tell me about that. That's got to feel good.
That is great. I mean, they are the best support system you could have. And they're so good because, I live off of Bisney Road, and with the traveling, we may get certain, random, stop-bys. The horn honks from 2 in the morning when someone's leaving the bar. They still honk when they drive by. I'm just saying that they are great people. I love them to death. They're all my, near and dear true friends. It's... I can't. There's not much to explain it. They're good people.
It was great. I mean, I think I met everyone there.
Oh, you did?
They all came over and introduced themselves, which is great.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to them all. They were all interesting.
You got to remember my brother-in-law, though. He's a little weird.
No, I like him.
He's addicted to you. He's just over
is
there.
That right?
It's like over there setting up the camera. Should I go over there? Should I
no, but it's funny.
Yeah, he's right here.
I remember some of the stories. Some of the stories were like, oh, yeah. Oh, Chris, me and him used to fish a long time ago. Another one was, oh, yeah, Chris keeps his stuff in my storage shed. And, another one was, oh, yeah, in the 8th grade, Chris kicked my ass, but, I still like the guy. And I'm like, damn, where are all these people coming from? It's crazy, man. It's crazy to hear stories, but I loved it. And Seth, you got the same thing, too, dude.
Yeah.
You have it. Like Mississippi River, I saw it there. I saw it when you won. It was unbelievable, dude. Flotilla of people coming out. That support. A lot of them rocking the wigs.
Yeah.
I mean,
we got a similar deal at my home Lake Minnetonka. Like, we got a core little group of hardcore bass fishermen.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's really amazing with this little tiny team tournament. I fish the elites, and then there's probably like 6 FLW tour pros fishing this little tiny team tournament on Lake Minnetonka. You know what I mean? It's it's just this hardcore little group that kind of,
sticks together, bonds together.
Oh yeah, we're always rooting
but it's
for
great
each
because
other.
as you guys succeed and are doing good, they're there for you, man. That's the most amazing thing. I love that, Pete. Love that, man.
That is. Is there any jealousy amongst those guys?
No, it's
not
pretty
really.
good
That's
in my crew, anyways.
Mine either.
We're rooting for each other. I mean, if I ever win a trophy, that's who it's for.
That's awesome.
All them dudes. Like,
You just hit the nail on the head.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? And you said the jealousy. It's like, I know at home there's guys better than me. You get what I'm saying? But, life is life. I'm single. They have families and stuff, and they're just as pumped to be living through me as it is. And you got your haters, but guess what? They don't step up. They don't talk.
No. Only on the internet.
Yeah.
Through private accounts.
Yep. Don't worry. Yep. Brian will get them.
Ooh.
Brian sicks the haters. He sicks them.
Well,
every time.
Well, Chris, I just got to know a little bit down at the James River.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll never forget, we bumped into each other.
Oh, you rummaged in my truck, remember?
Yeah. Well, that was the cool part.
You smashed into his truck? What?
No.
Yeah, I did.
No.
No. But we bumped into each other on the water, and I was getting ready for the cut because I had that crazy big day on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made the 12 cut?
But I was out of trailers.
You were looking for flippin' blue chunks.
Yeah.
I remember.
And
I had a pack. I gave you a pack.
Yeah.
I had one pack.
But Chris, he was rummaging through his stuff trying to help me find it, and I appreciated that, and I couldn't be more psyched when I heard you qualify for the elites.
Heck yeah.
I was like
that.
cheering, jumping up and down. How'd that feel, man? That you must have been like a week-long party after that.
Oh, it was. It was a party for a while there, and it just took a while to figure it out, the reality set in. I remember where I was at. I was at a super good friend's wedding when we found out.
No kidding.
Yeah, and my buddies, Adam Cole is awesome. He all of a sudden, it's his wedding, and they see the table get all disruptive and people looking at the phone, the email. Next thing you know, he's like, "What happened, Groh? Get up here," and takes me up on his stage. I'm like, dude, Adam, I don't need to do this, but yeah, it was cool.
You felt like wedding singer.
Yeah. A little bit. Heck yeah, but no, it was awesome. And that was cool that day, too. Remember you found them nice baby blue ones you stole? I wanted you to catch a big one on those.
Yeah,
baby
that's right.
blue.
Yep.
Yeah, there were some ones that I dyed myself.
Yeah.
Like, these look yummy. Can I take these? I said, yep. Two. Leave me one.
Them fish disappeared on me, but
I know.
But here you are. You made the elites. Did you have a moment like, yes, this is freaking awesome, I'm calling everybody, and then all of a sudden it occurs to you, oh crap, I made the elites. What am I going to do now, man? I'm going into a buzzsaw.
Yeah. No, there was a part of that, it was confusing. There was a lot to go down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I had to make a lot of decisions, and thank God for the sponsors I had and some of the local people that stepped up to the plate and made it a little easier,
That's awesome.
All right, what we're going to do real quick right here, I just signaled Brian the Carpenter. Dude, we're going to open up the phone lines early. We're going to go ahead and do it during the first segment. Listen, if you're watching right now, if you're listening, and you have a question about anything you heard tonight, but especially if you have a question for Pat,
Eric?
if you've got a question for Chris, if you've got a question for Seth, please hit us up. Phone number is 856-521-0515. 856-521-0515. You got a question? Call in, Pete. We're going to field that question for him.
Bring it.
Okay.
in, Pete.
While we're waiting for a caller, and Chris is stripping down again, he wants to show everybody that luxurious belly one more time.
Show him the sweater.
I want to see that sweater again. I do want to mention something. Do you guys? I don't know if you know, but you guys are officially traveling together.
Yeah.
In 2019. Seth, you want to talk a little bit about that? This is like a crazy, weird motley crew. And I'm envisioning things could go three ways.
You gonna go deep into this right now?
No, I'm not gonna go deep into it.
I got a caller on the line.
Okay, you got a caller on the line, right? Okay, hold that thought. All right.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't expect to call that quick. Wow. Caller, what's your name? Where you call from?
Frugo, calling from Fox Lake, Illinois.
Oh God.
Wow. How you doing tonight? What's your question?
Nothing, not really a question, but I just wanted to congratulate Chris on his season, and we're all looking forward to watching him this upcoming season. We're excited.
Grow.
Yes.
I love you,
yes.
Frugo.
Grow.
Yes. Grow.
Yep. Have a good night, boys. Have fun.
All right. Thanks.
Rock and roll, pimpin'. Woo!
Good choice, Brian, interrupting my conversation.
How am I supposed to know?
No, I'm just messing with you.
And he's the dirtiest one of the bunch. I thought he'd throw something good. He is.
That was very flat.
He's got married. He just got married.
Another caller.
Everything
like
shut off.
Wow.
He just got married. Yeah.
That can happen like that.
Oh,
I've
I
seen
know
that
that.
happen
Yeah,
before.
it does happen.
Yeah. Wow. Caller, what's your name? Where you call from? Caller, what's your name? Where you call from? Caller, what's your name? Where you call from?
Yes, hi.
All right.
My question is for Seth.
They got scared.
No.
No. Seth, you guys are traveling together.
Yeah.
In 2019.
Yeah.
I see it going one of three ways.
Okay.
I see things going really amazing. You guys having great synergy, building off each other, having tons of success. I see it being very flat, where almost you guys just sort of just don't even do anything. You're just flat. You don't communicate. Or I see it going really bad. Just shit starts hitting the fan. You guys are wanting to kill each other.
I don't know about
How do you
that.
see it going this year?
I think the first way.
First one. I hope it goes that way. Yeah.
I think it first way. We're pretty chill,
Maybe,
man.
I don't know. It takes a lot to get me mad.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you guys knew each other for a while, though, right?
Yeah.
You've known it. This
we
isn't
fished
like
some regional team stuff
Yeah.
against each other.
Have a lot of mutual friends, and then
Yeah.
just kind of fruition. When we were at Sturgeon Bay, we kind of hooked up, and I don't know.
Yeah, we
Right.
roomed a bit last year, and
Yeah.
then this year we're going full on.
Full on.
Full on. Now, are you guys
full frontal or?
Oh God.
Full everything.
Now, are you guys have a travel plan? Are you going to do like Ish Monroe? Are you going to do like a $500,000 RV? Are you going to do hotels,
Or,
cabins,
Airbnb,
house rental,
Yep.
Airbnb?
Airbnb. We got
Nice.
some hotels, and we got some friends that are hooking it up. He's got a couple. I got a
Yeah.
couple.
Nice.
So, it's nice. Yeah.
It's always good.
Oh,
Heck
yeah.
yeah. Heck yeah.
Airbnb is sweet.
I will sleep on your couch. Call me
Yeah.
if you're listening.
I like it. Brian, we got another caller?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's patch him through. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Jacob, from Georgia.
Hi, Jacob. What's your question tonight?
Hey, Seth, where did you shoot all those gold knives at?
That was out in Montana. In the mountains,
more
in the Rocky
specific area?
Mountains. Just the Rocky Mountains on trout streams.
Yeah. Seeing the past few years, you waxed them out there.
Yeah, I love going out there. It's like my favorite week of the whole year.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
You guys pounding them in Georgia?
Gunnersville.
The ducks?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
Buffy's and cans.
That's cool.
Wait, you guys have a tournament on Gunnersville, don't you?
In June,
I think that's
the season will be
information.
closed.
You know what they say, where there's golden eyes, there's bass. He's giving it away.
That was clever. Good job, Fighter.
Thanks for getting me DQ'd.
You know Trip's watching right now, too. Shout out to Trip Weldon.
Hey, Trip.
Sorry, Trip.
Sorry about the fin clip last year.
JK.
Caller, thanks for your call.
Thanks.
Wow.
Oh, he sounded a little bummed at the end.
He was. He wanted more.
Like, I wasn't done talking about ducks, man. Let's keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a golden eye is a duck.
It is.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool looking duck.
Awesome.
It is.
Yeah. Dave Brodzik, what do you got?
What game? Oh. BP Knoxville wants to know what game show are Pete and Pat going to host together, since no one will hire them as analysts.
That's an idea, Pete. That's an idea.
You are styling.
Who's that from? Because that's an outstanding one.
Yeah, I think that wins something.
They win.
Yeah, I'm going to give them a prize.
They
on that
win.
one.
I think
Send their info
I think
to.
that's Dave Brosnick.
Dave,
You won.
Yeah, you got it. Take care of you after the show.
Hey, honestly though, I wish all the guys that got selected for the FLW or the FLW and the MLF broadcast. I hope you all fail. No ratings. Nobody watch.
Yeah. Well, I saw FLW, Matt Penrack. Matt got a job at FLW. Shout out to Matt.
Yeah, Matt's awesome.
Very happy for Matt. Yeah. Now, me and Brian were talking though. I feel like that's a loss for Jeffries and Bass Zone, Bass Talk Live.
You think so?
I feel like it's a big loss.
I think it's going to give Matt a ton of stories to talk about.
No, I'm saying, you think?
Yeah, I think
But now
it's going to give him content.
Is he still doing the Bass Zone stuff?
I don't know that.
Oh,
but
Brian,
I
your
would
question.
assume.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if he is or not.
I don't know either. I was assuming
I know
he lost
Bass
that.
Zone just upgraded their website. BTL just upgraded everything
Wow.
over there. So I imagine he's going to keep Matt around.
Cool.
If he can.
Yeah, he lives right there.
Okay, and then we got new announcers at MLF. I saw they hired a guy that does college, I guess, sports.
Really?
Yep.
and then they hired a lady out of, I think, Wisconsin, right? Was it Wisconsin?
I think she's out of Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah.
She actually looked like a fish head, which is really, really cool. I was excited to see that, to hire a woman that actually knows the sport.
What does that mean for Shelly Sanders?
I think Shelly's still hired.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Bonus.
Yes. Caller, what's your name? Where you call from?
Hey, it's Matt from Wisconsin.
Hi, Matt. What's your question?
Wisconsin.
So my question is, I taken and I'm going to be doing. I got confirmed to do as a co-angler in La Crosse on the Mississippi this year in August. Got any advice for somebody that's going to be doing this for the first time?
Ooh, that's a good one. Seth,
Take it.
Seth,
Take
we're gonna
it.
start with you.
Go.
Frogging and swim jigging's about all you need. It's kind of tough when you're co-angling because you don't really get to make the calls, but most likely you'll be frogging and swim jigging, and out of the back of the boat maybe just get you a decent reel you can throw a long ways with.
Yeah. Chris, you want to give a couple suggestions? You were there last year.
I don't care. Even if you're in the Mississippi River as a co-angler, just pick up a Senko. That's all you need.
Senko! I like that.
Or no, sorry. Maxent General.
Maxent General.
Never. No Senkos. They're going out of business, I heard.
They're out of business.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's right. They're out of business. I'd like to add to that. I agree with Chris, and I'm going to say a spinning rod in the back of the boat, Pete, is always a way to go. And you could you can almost like tone everything down from what the guy in the front's doing. If he's throwing like a big giant noisy frog, you could throw something more subtle on a spinning rod or whatever. But you'll get bites that you can't get with a casting rod with a spinning rod, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys get sucked in by watching what the guy in the front of the boat's doing and just get drawn right into it.
Yeah.
But you can have better success by doing something more subtle, something a little different.
Yeah, and here's another thing, and Seth, I'll have you expand on it. Mississippi River, a lot of people from afar think it's all largemouth. But, dude, that's not the case at all, right? You can catch smallmouth there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of smallmouths in there. Just seems like time of year, the largemouths are the deal in August.
Right.
Like spring and fall, smallies are the deal, and, June, July, August, it's pretty much a largemouth beat.
You got to
down.
have green.
Yeah, those big smallies get hard to find in the summer.
Right.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. Not a
What's
clue.
some pet peeves that you guys dislike when it comes to having co-anglers? So I don't step on anybody's toes.
Don't
being
throw-
my first time.
Don't come.
No.
No.
I'd say watch your casting angles. Like, if the guy's working down a bank, don't take anything until he's done with it. You know what I mean? Don't sneak a cast up to the log before he makes a flip in there. You know what I mean? Just,
Forget to wake up.
Definitely let him get done with what he's doing before you
and
get to dabbling in there.
Yeah, that goes exactly for the same fact that what he's saying. But when he's putting a fish in a live well, don't cast forward or do anything. Don't pimp them that way because that you might not make it back.
They're gonna leave you one of the sandbars out there. I'd say here's one that's funny because I've had co-anglers over the years do this, which is they're on their cell phone. I know they're there's like at the meeting they say not to. Dude, I've had so many co-anglers just like literally on their phone all day. Like talking, like conducting business, like saying hi to their cousin. I'm like. Bro, we're fishing. Like, would you do that in a professional sporting event? Would you just stop, get your phone out and interrupt the play? So definitely leave your phone off during the competition. Yeah.
Sounds good.
If I had a pet peeve, don't open my live well.
Oh!
Yeah.
I see that a lot. Like I see guys,
Yes.
they'll open up their live well, check their fish, and then they'll open up mine. And just to look at it, because they're just interested in looking at it, but bad stuff can happen anytime you open that live well, and I don't want to be mad at the co, and I don't want that to happen to anybody. So
Don't mess with my
yeah,
stuff.
your fish are your fish. You do what you do, but let me handle my own fish if I had to mention something.
That's a good
one other thing, pack semi-light. Half a dozen rods or so. And a small tackle bag. Don't show up with
tackle bag.
25 rods, and like 2 giant over the shoulder, 4 foot long, with every piece of tackle you own. kind of narrow it down a little bit.
The worst of that one is the fact that when I tell you at the meeting what we're going to be doing, and you don't need this much, I got a whole bowl full of stuff, and you still bring the bag.
Yeah.
Seriously, dude.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. I'm going to leave you one last tip, and then we're going to let you go and call. I appreciate the call. The last tip is do not shit in your partner's live well. Thanks, caller.
Good advice.
Thanks a lot.
That's golden.
I hate that. Dave, what do you got?
Pete, some in Florida said, don't hate on Peter T. or JT Kenny. Pete needs to change his name to Peter T. Gluzak.
That's right, Peter T.
Peter T.
Big Pete. I forgot about that.
Pete's interesting. You know,
Yeah.
we spoke for us at Bass U a bunch of times.
He's good. He's a good speaker. Very intellectual.
Don't worry, people. Mike hired me, and I hired Pat. We're okay.
Yes.
That's
right.
That's funny.
We're all good. We're all good over here.
Dude, that last suggestion was a good one. It reminded me of Brian Carpenter drew Derek Remitz. Brian Carpenter was a co-angler. He drew Derek Remitz on Lake Champlain.
Yeah.
And at the meeting, I'm just going to tell the story.
Go ahead.
At the meeting, Brian goes, because, you go up to your partner, you're like, hey, Derek, I'm Brian. And then there was a long, awkward pause, and Brian's just doing this, sweaty. And then, Brian's like, Derek, what are we doing tomorrow?
Right, Champlain, you're either fishing north for combination large.
We going brown, we going green, we going north, we going to tie. What are we doing?
Right.
And he hem-hauled around, not knowing what he's doing. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out in the morning. We might do this. We might do. Well, dude, how the hell are you supposed to limit your tackle in a situation like that?
Yeah.
That's hard.
And I asked you about it. I said, hey, is he just playing me because, he doesn't want to, give me any kind of advantage? Or, I don't know. I was asking Mike about it. He's like, I don't know. I don't know why he's not telling you. And then I got in his boat in the morning, and I had a great time with Derek. So I'm not trying to trash him. But he legit didn't know. Like, we went past our check-in for takeoff, and he was like, all right, here we left. And went and it was just like that.
That's crazy. Dude, have you ever, seriously, I want to call all three of you guys.
That's fishing
have
free.
you ever done that? You have.
What?
Just not know when your number's called and you go through checkout and you look out, you're looking at the bow of your boat, and you don't know where you're going.
But it's different circumstances sometimes. Sometimes you might have fish in different areas, and then you see, okay, I'm running to the dam or something, and you see 40 guys going, and all of a sudden you're like, damn.
Right.
I think I'm going to go to plan B.
Right.
That happens. But, I've been lost before, like a deer in headlights.
Yeah. Have you done that, Seth?
Oh, yeah, a lot. Especially, usually after practice, I get kind of idea what I think's going to be the deal, but especially those, second days where, you might not have the best first day or whatever, and you're just kind of like, I got to do something, but I don't know what it is, and that,
Yeah. By the way, let me take this opportunity, Pete, to say, Derek Remitz, if you're watching, the invite is still there. We would love you to be Mr. Rogers on Ike Live. We had the invite to Derek Remitz to come on once a show, and every time he comes on, he's doing the Mr. Rogers thing. He's putting his shoes on. He's in an Argyle sweater. He's all dressed up. And every time he's on, he gives one reason not to fish professionally. Hey, boys and girls. I'm Derek. The first reason not to fish. And then it goes all into it, like the money, the sponsors, ruins relationships. Blah, blah.
It could be like 5 seasons.
It could be 5 seasons.
A lot of plane tickets, too. Here.
Wow. Run longer than Seinfeld.
Mr. Remitz. It would be a great segment. Derek, if you're watching, we still want you. Still want you, hun. Brian Carpenter, why don't we take, I feel like we've been.
One last one.
One last call, and we'll take a break. That's perfect. Let's do that. Caller, what's your name? Where you call from?
Hi, this is Kitty. Is Pat there?
Yes, Pat's right here. What's your question?
Pat, could you tell everybody about the love that dare not speak its name?
This is our iTunes guy, Larry. I can tell right now.
You sure?
I'm absolutely.
Sounds like a woman to me. You sure?
But I love you too, Pat.
Well, thanks, Larry. Thanks for calling in. Tremendous job on
See
the
you guys. Be safe.
Straight
Good
cast.
show.
Wow!
I can tell. He's trying to get me.
There he goes, Larry. Want to put that picture through with Larry?
Is Larry?
Oh, that's
it's ma'am.
We just misgendered Larry. I'm sorry. Brian the Carpenter, let's take a break. What do you think? All right, listen to me. Hang in there with us. Man, we have 2 more segments left, Pete. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Seth a little bit, getting in tune to what's going on. Also, we have the Fish Bowl little contest coming up, little game going on. Yes, little Fish Bowl. And we will be doing a MTB unboxing when we come back during the second segment. And then, during the third segment, we saved the best for last. We've got Pat Renwick. And we're going to be talking to him. We're going to be talking about his podcast. We're going to be talking about a lot of what he's up to lately. Hang in there with us. When we come back, more Ike Live.
Hi, today we're going chest to chest in the Dr. Squatch lather test. On that half of Mike's impressive chest, we're rubbing him down with 3 name brand bars. The result? A sad, milky film of disappointment. How's that feel, Mike? You see, Big Soap cuts corners and strips out all the sudsy goodness in order to make production cheaper. But not Dr. Squatch. Don't worry, Mike. Dr. Squatch soap retains all the natural ingredients, which creates a rich, foamy lather, leaving your skin healthy, soft, and clean. Ooh, looks like Squatch is taking over this peck party. How do you feel now, Mike? Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. When we say it lathers, it f***ing lathers. You deserve glorious lather. Take the lather challenge for yourself today.
Hey, Noah Wheeler here with Real Snot. Been out on this pond for about an hour now. Haven't had a whole lot of luck. We've had a couple blow-ups, but not getting a lot. So we thought we would try the new Java product on this frog on the top water. It works great on jigs and other plastics, but we've noticed that when we do use it on top water, we get a trail in the water, the scent's in the water, and we're getting a lot more bites. So we're gonna spray some Java all over the frog. Apply some Real Snot to the braid, get nice and wet, and then as I reel it in, it's gonna work its way through it. Okay, so now we got that scent in the water, and then we got the frog all juiced up with some Real Snot Java. Let's see what happens here. There's one. There's one. So as you can see, that scent got around in this little area, this little pocket we're fishing, and sure enough, one came up and nailed it. Small one, albeit, but haven't caught anything since we've been here for about an hour and 10 minutes now. There's one. That's a good one too. That's a good one. Much better. Good little guy. Threw my frog. Man, they love this stuff. Right through the nose.
Folks at home, welcome back to Ike Live. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. I know we are. Man, we've had a lot of fun today. We've got 3 very special in-studio guests. Pete Glusick.
Yo.
We have the triple threat from the Chicago, greater Chicago area and North Country with Pat, Chris, and Seth tonight on the couch. It's awesome. Yeah.
It's great. It's a great bunch.
I love it. I love it. I want to remind everybody 2 things real quick. First, your feedback is critical to the show. Please hit us up on the IM right there next to your screen.
It's critical.
Also, hit us up on our social feeds at Ike Live Show, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we've got a little side contest going on tonight, Pete. And we're going to be giving away some amazing stuff from Mr. Feider himself, which is BioSpawn products. I think 10 bags of BioSpawn plus a T-shirt. And all you have to do is head on over to the Ike Live Facebook page, like it, and share it. If you do that, you're entered in this contest to win this stuff. Seth, tell me a little bit about what are they going to win?
I'll show you some of the baits you're going to win. They make a few more baits than I brought, but these are my probably 4 favorites they make. First one's Vile Craw. Awesome swim jig trailer, or anytime you're flipping, the water's a little warmer. Got a ton of action on them. I love this thing on the back of a swim jig. Got big flappers on it, kind of flat on it too, so it makes your jig skip really, really well. Good flipping bait. You can flip it by itself. They got the brand new Exo Swims. This 4-inch paddle tail swim bait. All the baits they make are a little bit different. This one's got big ribs on it. I really like that in a bait. And they actually have a 3.25 and a 4.75 coming out soon this summer. This here is my favorite bait on Mille Lacs. It's their Exo stick in my signature series color fighter shad. It's a 5-inch stick worm. I usually rip them down and fish them a little bit smaller for smallmouth. Pinch it down a little bit, wacky rig that on a drop shot. Awesome bait fish color that fighter
Jersey
shad.
rig. Wow.
Yeah, and anytime clear water and fish are eating various minnows and stuff. Great bait.
What do you think, Chris?
Garlicky and I don't even
Little
know. that one.
garlic.
Yeah,
Some
something.
carcinogens.
And then we got a regular beaver style bait. It's got a little less action than the Vile Craw. Good pitching bait, good jig trailer. A little less action. I like it more in the early spring or fall, colder weather months when you don't want as much flapping action on your trailers or flipping baits. But that's a handful of the baits you'll get in the package. They make a few other baits you'll get as well too. But it's on the Facebook page, correct? Share, like, comment, whatever you got to do.
Yes.
Get in there. 10 free packs of baits and a free T-shirt from Biospawn.
Awesome. Wow. Good deal there.
All right.
I love it.
I'm sharing and liking right
Look at
now.
that. Look at trying to win. Dude, it's
Blow the
interesting.
dust off that thing. Let's see if that works.
I think it's serious because, Seth, when you were breaking that deal, that little stick bait,
I love
you were
that
breaking it
little
up. I
thing.
saw Pete's face lighten up. I'm serious. I was watching him. Dude,
A
that
little-
looks good.
Little
It did
extra
look good.
secret deal.
Yeah.
I rub them like this.
Get a little salt out of them.
Crush the salt up. Oh, check it out.
Look at
Pete.
that now.
Check it out.
Wow, dude.
Now, are these some of the tips you're going to be giving
Put
away
that
at Bass
wacky rig.
University?
Oh, yeah. Wacky
Now,
rig
Seth-
on a drop shot,
Ooh.
number
Man.
6 VMC Nico hook. And
So now they've got one
smallmouths
missing,
are
right?
done.
That they're getting.
Say what?
They're missing one now.
They'll get their full bags.
Okay.
They'll get their full
That's
bags.
good.
That's actually kind of cool because when you do that, it actually changes the color of it too. a
Yeah,
little
it
bit.
almost makes
brings
it a little two-tone too, because the way when they
Yeah.
pour salt-infused baits, more salt tends to be on one side of it than the other. So when you crunch up that salt, it really kind of makes it, the belly of it more translucent, and then the back, kind of a little more
Yeah.
solid, but still real natural.
Dude, when you break it down like that, Pete, we mentioned it, and we probably have some old heads listening and watching right now. It looks a lot like a bait. Pat, you're a bait fanatic, so you may even know this. Do you guys remember a bait called the Jersey rig? Who remembers the Jersey rig?
I know it from you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Pete, lay down the law a little bit for everybody that thinks the Yamamoto Senko was the first big wacky rig bait, and everybody that thinks Neko or how's Ayler say it?
Nako.
Nako. For everybody thinks that shit started in Japan or on the West Coast, bullshit. Pete, lay the law down on the Jersey rig.
Man, the dude, what's his name? Do you remember his name?
I don't remember his name.
I'm about to say it. I can't remember. But 25 years ago, maybe more, fishing a BFL, and he was, I believe, on the Potomac River, and he was fishing as a co-angler, and he just started cutting down a worm to get to about that exact size.
Yeah, maybe even a hair smaller.
Yeah, they were looking for some finesse opportunity.
Yeah.
and where they were fishing around the spawn, and he cut one down about that size, just a regular plastic worm, like up by a front of the egg sac. Like the worm had a tail of some sort. Cut it off, and he just threw that out there, and it kind of suspended. Like it wasn't like a Senko that sank real fast.
Yeah,
it sank real slow, and we crushed fish during the spawn on a Jersey rig. And
rig.
It was just a straight, it was the same. There was no tail, just like that.
Straight little worm.
You got some of those, don't you, Brian?
Straight little worm. The dude started marketing them as put them to market as the Jersey rig.
Yeah.
And guys started putting a little nail on the one side. They were wacky rigging it. I saw guys offsetting it like a Nico rig back then. They'd use a little. The hook technology sucked back then, so they were using like little gold Aberdeen hooks.
Oh, geez.
I remember. There was no like VMC Nico hook or any of that crap. But dude, that was legitimately late '80s, mid to late, for sure late '80s. Because I remember seeing it We were still in high school, and I remember seeing it. Dave Brodzik?
No, I got to disagree a little bit. When
Oh.
Brian and I first met you, this would have been in 6th grade, so it would have been like 84.
84.
You would throw those fluorescent.
Oh,
you would
yeah.
throw those fluorescent worms, and you were weighting them down wacky.
Yes.
And what was that even? I thought that's what the Jersey rig was.
No, Jersey rig was a smaller version, but that's similar. And I actually learned that from Bassmaster magazine. The bright colored worms, methylate, and all
Color
that shit.
selector colors.
Yeah, color selector colors. We
Oh,
were
the
using
creme worm.
creme worms,
Yep.
but same thing. A little gold Aberdeen hook in the middle, and literally a regular nail. Remember back then, they didn't even have insert weights.
Right. Yeah.
So you just get you'd get whatever nail John that's laying around the house. Didn't matter. And we caught a ton like that in the early 80s, 83, 84.
Well, and then the Senko came out.
Yeah.
And the Jersey rig just
disappeared.
Just because people wanted to buy something called a Senko, and nobody wants to buy anything with New Jersey on the package.
Right.
That's a fact.
It's the armpit of America.
Fly there.
Yeah, it's the armpit of America. Why would you want to buy anything from Jersey?
And by the way, all three of these guys flew in on empty planes this morning.
Very true.
That's true.
I have pictures to prove it.
That is true.
Nobody from the Chicago area is flying to Philadelphia right now.
Apparently not.
Or Minnesota.
Or Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Mike, do you remember what Fat Cat's dad said about New Jersey?
No.
The best thing to ever come out of New Jersey was an empty bus.
Wow, man, that's hardcore. I do have to say this. So in the break, Pete, I was looking at the comments from this picture on Instagram. So many amazing comments. I think people really like this. This might have to become a normal post now. It's got over 5,000 views on this already. But just some of the highlights. Brandon Polnick said, "Getting weird." So I don't know about that. But then we had another good comment come in from Jesse. Jesse said, "Seth Feider has the best mustache in the business, minus maybe Shaw Grigsby," was the comment. So it's a good one. I have to agree with that.
I think Shaw's got me.
Brian DeCarpenter, you're a big Shaw fan. I would put him neck to neck. Seth and Shaw's mustache.
I'm going to give him the nod.
You're going to give him the Shaw.
But, but I mean, pretty soon. I mean, a few years he'll retire, and I'll take over his role and do my part to keep the tradition rolling, and
Dude, you are
try to make Shaw proud after he's done fishing.
Shaw's rugged but squeaky clean. He's kind of rugged. That mustache is rugged.
Yeah.
But he's also very Ned Flanders.
Right.
He could fix a car and television.
That's right.
Whatever that means.
Now, I noticed Shaw's kind of has like a lot of horizontal components to it. I noticed this because I studied Brian's
horizontal component.
It like comes right out at you, man. There's a lot of
It's the scrubbing bubble thing. You know the scrubbing bubbles?
Oh yeah, it looks like that.
So Mike, you and Pete would know this. Like you've watched some footage of Feider before. You competed against him.
Yeah.
He reminds me, and tell me if I'm wrong about this, a young Denny Brower or a Hank Parker.
Yeah.
In his stance.
Yeah.
Especially your idol, Denny Brower.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you totally remind me. You watch him
stance.
on
I'd agree with that.
A flipping bite, the way he's looking down the rod, the way he flips. Dude, it's Brower.
I'd agree with that.
I hope that's true.
Dude,
it could be Brower.
Like, I grew up, that was my absolute idol.
It's like
I went out and brought pro
Yeah.
model jigs.
Yeah.
Went to Tonka and started flipping and doing all that stuff. Like, Denny was like my hero.
I can see it. I can also see the Hank Parker though too.
Right. It's the stance.
I could see it. Brian, give me a close up of Seth on the couch if you can.
Oh,
let's just no, not
not
that
his
one.
belly.
I kind of like the.
Does they have his belly?
All right, Seth.
down?
Look at that camera right over there by that little ball sack thing that's hanging right there. Look at that camera right there. I want you to look at that camera and real slow, in the slowest voice you can say. I want you to look at that camera, and with the slowest, most southern voice possible. I want you to say, "On fire, babe. On fire, babe. On fire, babe.
On fire, babe."
Wow!
Wow! Wow,
dude, is that
First
not? That's
take.
Hank
Come
Parker.
on. First
Wow.
take.
Dude, that is Hank Parker, dude.
I thought Hank was here.
I mean, I thought Hank's he's right there.
Yeah.
Oh my
Go get Brian's pistol grip rod out of the garage.
Oh, we were playing with that today.
Boron.
5'6"
That shit's
pistol
boron, bro. It ain't even graphite. It's
Yeah, Mike,
boron.
That's what I was catching on that rod today. That 4-foot rod.
That's what
You saw
outdid
that,
us.
right?
That's the rod that killed us.
Yeah. Well, you need that for the perch.
4-pound test.
They had fish in their live well. You know that, right?
They
did.
We should make them take
Yeah,
a polygraph.
we're going to watch the footage back, Mike.
Yeah.
We need to.
We need to use the same polygraph that Bash uses.
The rusty one.
The rusty chains.
Dude, it's funny.
I think we should have a stormtrooper.
You
do
guys,
it.
you guys,
Yeah.
you guys were ahead of us.
He don't
all
take
day.
no crap.
And we heard nothing but good times and laughter coming from that boat all down the lake. All this laughter. I'm like, man, they're really enjoying themselves. And I was happy that you guys were so happy.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, 15 minutes left.
It got quiet.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
it
tie
was a
up,
dagger.
It was bullshit.
And take the lead. And
Yes,
got quiet.
but not all because of that. Also because of our body temperature, core temperature.
Yeah.
went
Got
way
cold.
down.
I
It
was
got
getting
cold.
cold.
I'm going to admit, you guys are pros, and I'm not even a pro, so you guys kind of let me down on my team. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, I let myself down.
All right, now I want to get back to the stash and also back to the stash. Back to the stash. And Chris, I do want to ask you about your facial hair a little bit too. You know, branding is very important in the sport, right? Is creating a brand. You know, you have something that people can latch onto. Is this something that we're going to see for the rest of your career, Seth and Chris? Seth with the beautiful mustache, nice flowing locks. Chris, beautiful flowing locks, beautifully maimed and groomed goatee and mustache.
I think so, with the exception of me getting on like a 2 to 3 year streak of just absolutely not catching a bass anywhere I go.
Right.
You have to change.
I mean,
it up.
if I still stay consistent, have good success,
Yeah.
like I will have a mustache and a mullet until I die.
Right. I think you should. I like it.
So it's like a good,
I have
it's
to.
like
I
a
mean,
good
if I
luck
shaved
charm.
them both, you probably wouldn't even know who I was.
Right.
Like, who's the 14-year-old dude in Fighter's boat?
Why's he
Like,
got a llama shirt
someone's
on?
stealing Fighter's boat.
People are going to start calling you Eric the intern.
Yeah. I can't. I don't have the quaff.
It's amazing, isn't it? Though.
Mayor de Clough.
The quaff. Chris, is it, we going to see this forever? You going to change? What is your strategy?
I mean, there'll be two things. I mean, if it gets really, really gray, I may cut my hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Silver
Maybe.
Fox, man.
Maybe.
Silver
Think
Fox,
Silver
man.
Fox?
Yes.
Overstreet and Kenny Rogers.
Oh,
But I mean, I don't see that
yes.
happening. My grandpa died with a full head of brown hair. But
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to do the if it gets successful.
Yeah.
Like if I
Stay
blind
with it.
squirrel finds a nut, I'm
Yeah.
going to just let it just go.
Oh, I love it.
I
Yeah.
want to be burly though.
I love it.
Like literally where my nieces don't want to sit on my
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Just creepy.
Absolutely.
I want it that way.
Yeah. I like
like
it.
a Munson.
I like it. Now,
Sort of. Once in it, yeah.
I believe there is, Pete, and I say this because I had it at one time. It's gone. I'll never do it. I can never do it again. I believe there's power in hair.
100%.
Pat, you want to talk a little bit about that? Dude,
I
there's
haven't got a
power
haircut
there.
in like 6 years.
That's what I'm saying. There's power there, right?
I don't. Here's what happened.
Fat chicks too.
What's that? Fat chicks?
Yeah, they like the hair.
The hair, yeah, that's a definite plus. What? No. So the story with me is I've since I was a kid, I've loved the Mighty Thor comic books.
Yes.
So that's really why I grew my hair long. And people think, I played in bands all my life. I did that too, but it was really because of Thor. But the icing on the cake is I went to a very strict Catholic high school, and they forced me to get my hair cut.
Wow.
So as
Those bastards.
Yeah, I mean, I would take gel and scrunch it up. If it was over my collar, they cut it.
Wow.
Yeah, they couldn't get away with that shit now. You know what I'm saying?
It's bastards.
But so after I got out of college,
that's it.
I
Let
mean,
it grow.
high school, boom.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's power.
Power and hair, Pete.
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
Well, I think everybody's got like good luck charm, and I like it. Like you have worn the same underwear for 10 years.
I have.
I
have.
And Seth's not cutting his hair.
Yeah.
Neither are you.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Neither is Chris. You guys are just going to keep rocking it.
Rocking.
That's awesome.
Rock it to the end. Rock to the end. Seth, I want to talk to you a little bit. Things have changed since the last time you were on this couch. I feel like your career is more solidified. You've had an amazing season. But but family life's changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that. I'm stoked for you, man.
Had a baby girl.
Yes.
All
right. Yes.
Turned 9 months yesterday.
Yes.
And, yeah, that's definitely changed life for sure. It's puts things into perspective a little different for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Priorities and what's really important.
Yeah. Now, baby's still young. How old is she now?
9 months.
9 months. Okay. Have you thought about how that's going to impact your tournament fishing? Have you talked about traveling with the family? Are they going to come out to events? You're going to keep it separated? Guys have different strategies on it.
Yeah, I don't know about the whole full-time thing. Maybe when the kids are older, like, 5, 6+ years old, maybe do more of it. As far as this year, just the classics, the only one my wife and kid are coming out to, and that's about it. I mean, it's just hard with a baby. It's to have them there at the tournaments and stuff like that. It might be a little older or easier when they get older, but as far as the regular season goes, I'm just gonna chill with Chris and try to focus a little more on it.
Well, Pete, that baby pattern is really, really strong. You've seen guys ride that, before their baby's born, during the birth, after the year after. Dude, any expectations on this baby pattern? Giving you some rhythm?
I mean, I hope it does.
Yes.
I don't know. It worked good. I think that my best tournament all year last year was the first one after she was born. So.
Wow, how about that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's real awesome. What tournament was that? That was
Grand Lake.
Grand Lake.
Yeah.
You had a great tournament there. Had a really good tournament.
Yeah.
I saw a little tube. Was it a little tube action involved?
Yeah, flipping a tube.
Flipping a tube.
Yeah.
Now, Pete, I don't know if you remember, but the last time Seth was on, I don't remember if it was this one or if it was BU Live. Seth, you gave away a little Zona trick, and there was some animosity.
Oh yeah.
That Brian Carpenter. I don't know if you remember little.
You remember?
I remember some. I had some text the next day from Z, and there was some. He was kind of mad, and I didn't know. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I mean, we can. Basically, he shared a top secret with me that I didn't know was top secret until after the Bass U video aired. Yeah, apparently he was a little upset with me. I make Z mad a lot, actually. I don't know.
There's more to that story.
Is there more to that story?
Yeah. Before we go on, Z was mad.
Oh yeah.
So when he filmed on the water with Bass U, just recently, he gave away a top secret Seth Feider.
He did.
Do you want to talk about it right now, or do you want to?
There's nothing I could do about it.
No, I don't.
You got to go watch it.
We haven't released it yet.
Oh.
I don't think we've released it yet.
Yeah.
So it's coming.
We won't go into it, but I will give you. If you're watching right now, we want you to go to Bass University. We want you to subscribe over there. But I will give you 2 words because I know what it is. I'll just give you 2 words. Ringed hook. Excuse me.
What? Well, here's the deal. You're going to the Bass University now. See, now you got him. He got you.
You got to go back.
That's
right.
Come on.
That's a bridge I want to keep open. I don't want to. I don't want to burn that.
You don't want to wake up with a horse head in your bed.
Z's got good tricks, man. I'm trying to. I don't want to burn that bridge again.
What else you do to piss him off?
Maybe spoke a little too soon after the Bears lost.
Yeah, that was
that was
cool, dude.
It was like
3.5 seconds.
Yeah, 3 seconons after the ball went boop.
Oh
boop,
no,
boop.
you didn't.
I started texting about the Bears, and I was actually rooting for the Bears. I just, was simply pointing out that if they would have let the Vikings win the week before,
they
could have had an easy win, and the Eagles wouldn't have been in the playoffs.
Yep.
It was just too soon,
Karma.
Too soon.
Karma.
Wow. Shout out to the Eagles.
Shout out to the Eagles.
Going on to the next
EAGLES Eagles. Now,
you're welcome.
Now, when you filmed
Thank
with
you,
Zona,
Vikings.
did the hair shaving incident have anything to do with any of that, or what was that all about?
No, I think we're okay. He was over it by then.
Okay.
He rages hard, but he gets over it.
He gets over it.
What was he raging about?
braid.
The thing that you got to go to Bass U and watch.
I know that. I thought he was raging about your hair getting shaved. I thought I missed
it.
it.
No, that was just a fun deal.
Yeah.
I wanted a little trim, and he gave me a lot of trim.
I was nervous for you, dude. Ooh.
I was nervous. I couldn't even fish that day. I don't know if anybody watched Bass Live, but I wasn't catching as many fish as I should have been because like
it was close, dude. I mean,
the back of my head, I'm
the
just
strength.
like,
You're attached.
He keeps telling me he went to beauty school for a year, that I have nothing to worry about. And the more he tells me that I have nothing to worry about, the more I'm realizing I have a lot to worry about.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? But, I mean, we made awesome TV.
It
all worked out. Hair grows back.
Sweet.
Yep. It grows back. It was good TV. Now, I want to know, throw a little bit of trivia at you, Chris. You guys are traveling together next year. Any idea what food you're going to see Seth bring back like every other night, either to the Airbnb or the hotel, wherever you guys are staying at? Any idea what you're in store for?
We have very same tastes. So,
Okay.
I mean, definitely. I mean, we're gonna do a lot of cooking, but you know, Mexican's gonna be definitely one of the fortes.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna try to attain to him. We're gonna save a little money. I'm gonna do some cooking, man. You know? Like, you know, we're gonna eat some deer, make some breaded pork tenderloin sandwiches as big as your head.
So, but here's here's the question I need to know: where does the McDonald's McRib?
Oh, yeah, but that's seasonal. Seasonal. Now, when that happens,
Got
seasonal.
They're just so sporadic. They're like
right. You
schooling
can't.
spots. On
They
like, you don't just say I'm gonna like eat a McRib. Like you're just driving down the highway and all of a sudden you see that how they got the little sign under the arch. Words on it. We have McRib and it's just.
Oh my God!
U-turn.
You're
McRib.
right.
Like,
That was
you
a
can't,
great
you can't plan
analogy.
McRib.
But dude, he has taught me a lot about McDonald's, though. Like, I mean,
you can't plan McRibs.
But like McDonald's, period. Like the whole fry thing.
Oh yeah.
You are a scientist.
Tell us that one, deal.
The French fry?
Yeah, it's just like
Listen.
the first batch of French fries in the morning is not good. It tastes like hash browns. You know what I mean?
Right.
The
Yeah.
grease isn't right. They haven't burnt enough stuff in there yet. The salt content isn't right.
Right. So
Yeah,
early
there's lots of
fries
stuff.
stink. Early
yeah.
fries.
Oh, early fries, yeah.
Garbage. I want the last fries out of that thing.
Late.
At night. Oh yeah.
Oh, late night
Yeah.
fries, Pete.
Makes good sense.
It does make good
Flavored
sense.
Bit of
grease,
character.
man. Flavored grease.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what the McRib? That's a great analogy. Like
Yeah.
McRib is like schooling spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Why don't they offer that 24/7?
Because they couldn't. They couldn't.
I don't know if it
Oh
would be
my
as
God.
cherished if it was. You know what I mean? Like if you caught a bass on every cast, would you
true.
be that excited to
That's
throw
true.
out there? You
That's
know
true.
What I mean?
Give,
You would.
But
give you
here's-
little, then take it away.
Yeah, here's what I want to know. Dave Brodzik, let me see if you can answer this for me. What actually is a McRib? Is it an actual riblet or what?
No, it's ground pork meat pressed in the shape of
a rib.
ribs.
It's sea sponge.
It's ground pork meat.
Yeah.
Oh, and they just there's no
They
bone
press
involved.
it in a
Fill it
mold.
with air or something.
It makes it look like it's got rib bones in it. And then, yeah, they cover it in barbecue sauce, put raw onion and pickle on it on a nice roll. It's a pretty good sandwich.
Wow.
A little bit messy. No messier than a cheesesteak.
Wow. McRib.
It always just scared me because I knew that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like it was just a
It's
hodgepodge
just
of
a pork
meat
burger,
pressed.
essentially.
I know, but I've never tried them. We'll have to try it now.
Coming from the guy that eats scrapple
They're delightful.
for breakfast.
I'm going fishing for school and spots tomorrow.
I don't think is it back. It's not back though. It's not on the menu right now.
It's not a set date
Seasonal.
and time. Like they just move around. Like there's like a
Really?
little truck full of McRibs, and they just like
Dump in.
Oh my God.
Load up a
like,
restaurant.
you
keep
know,
going.
go.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Dave,
Who
what do you
knew?
got?
Who knew?
You got some stuff coming through, Dave.
Actually, I like this question from Jerry from New Hampshire, and this is for Ike and all of the pros. And listen, is there a lot of secret tricks that are not shared with other pros and fans? So do you guys have your own things that you've just never talked about before?
There was until Seth shared Z's on Bass TV.
That's actually a real good question. I'd like to hear everybody's opinion on it. And my general comment on that is, in today's age, because of what's changed from the standpoint of how you get information, I think there are a lot less of those secrets. I think, dude, when I got started in the early 90s, dude, those guys held shit, dude, close, dude.
Oh, yeah.
They wouldn't do a Bassmaster University. They wouldn't talk about it in the mags. They held it close. But I think people let stuff go a little bit more. I mean, that's my opinion. Pete, you still have something I still remember. I'm gonna put him on the spot. We had Justin Lucas on. We had him on Skype on this show, and he talked about drawing you at a Lake Champlain tournament. And Justin Lucas said, "Pete, yeah, you had that magic red bait. You want to talk about that?" And you wouldn't even talk about it on Ike Live.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
See? So there are still guys holding shit.
What is it, Pete?
I'd like to know about it.
Come on.
Well, it's red.
It's
red, and it sometimes gets bites. No, I
sometimes
be flat out honest. I don't remember what it was that day.
What?
I honestly
don't. God, is he good?
Lie.
Golly.
You don't want to tell us, Pete.
Again.
Dude. Just say you don't want to tell us.
I would.
Just say you don't want to tell us. You don't have to lie about it.
I would tell you that, but I honestly don't remember that because all I remember from that day is him kicking the tar out of me out of the back of the boat. That's the part that I remember of my day with Justin Lucas.
So it made you black out.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I was grabbing shit out of my tackle box. I'm like, I got to catch something, man. He's just killing me. I'd probably grab something red.
Yeah.
But no, I know, I don't know. I share, like, when at seminars at Bass University, I share. I like to help people become better anglers. But I think the thing that has really infiltrated the secrets is all this live coverage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You got bass heads taping, they're scanning, man, they're blowing stuff up on the internet. Anything that you put out there that has a fish catch associated with it.
Oh yeah.
They're like, they've got the blade combination, the skirt colors, how many flecks are in that skirt. I mean, they know it all. So it's really hard to keep those baits under wraps today.
Yeah.
Super hard. Do you guys have baits even now? And you don't have to talk about them. Do you have techniques that you use that you don't ever talk about, you keep real quiet? Chris?
I mean, I have a bait, but I mean, he has some of them. I mean,
Right.
give them to him.
Right.
But it's no secret. I mean,
Right.
But it's pulled me out of the ditch before.
Yeah. Seth?
I wouldn't say any secret baits. More so like little scenarios, like local stuff around the house. Like this little weather thing happens, and like everybody's doing this, but like they get on this thing, you can win a tournament really good kind of deal. Like more so that kind of stuff than
I think
and my bait selections are like really basic, man. I don't try to overthink it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Lake Chatuge, the AOY championship, I think was a good example that there are still secrets kept. I really do think so. I can tell you two of them, and I got to watch one live on the water, and I got to watch one later on TV. Are good example are a pencil popper and an old redfin style wake bait.
Mm-hmm.
The pencil popper, dude, everybody knew going into that tournament a pencil popper was going to play for those schooling spotted bass. Everyone knew. You look down everybody's rod, everyone have a chrome or a bone pencil popper tied on. But what's interesting is how they were fishing it. Dude, I swear to you, I threw it in the tournament, had no clue. I couldn't get a bite on it. And on the last day, I saw Justin Lucas about a quarter mile away throwing a giant pencil popper, and I watched him make this super long cast and reel that motherfucker straight back in. Yeah. Never walked it. Dude, never popped it. Pencil popper, you're supposed to walk. You're supposed to pop, make it spit. He'd cast it out there and burn it straight back across the top.
Really, burning it.
Yeah. Burning it back straight across the top. That thing, the redfin style wake bait, the guys that were catching on that sort of was talked about and then went away. And, so those things exist, dude. Yeah. Those things exist still.
I think they come around. Like, people get on a bite that hasn't been publicized for a while, and they try to keep it as hush hush.
Yeah.
As long as they can. But I gotta tell you, the one of the biggest mistakes that I see guys make is getting too wrapped up in that bait.
Right. The bait itself.
The bait. It doesn't matter as much the color, the action, the this, that. It's more about what Seth's talking about. It's like we got a warm front condition, the bass are going to do this, and you could probably catch them a multitude of ways in most situations.
Yeah.
That's the concentrate. What are the fish doing?
Yeah.
Right. And the bait to me is a secondary tool.
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys get it reversed.
It's a good thought. Yeah. Yeah. Fish are most important over bait.
Most important.
Yeah.
Bait's key, but
Dave,
fish are most important.
That was a great question. Let's have him put his info through. What was his name? That was a great question. You're going to win a prize pack. Ike Live prize pack.
Dave said, "What's the question?"
No, I
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Nah, I do want to.
Jerry from New Hampshire. Jerry from New Hampshire.
Send your information through. We won't put it up, and we're going to send you a prize pack. Guys, I do want to talk. I do want to talk a little more about the BASS MLF thing. Got to talk about it, right? It's been probably in the last 6 months, Pete. It's been the biggest topic
in the history of bass.
In the history of bass fishing, maybe. And I do want to talk a little bit about it. Both you guys have elected to fish bass, which I think is awesome. A lot of guys moved to MLF. We saw a few move to FLW, and a few FLW moved to bass. There's so much movement. It was a weird, what was that, maybe a 4 to 8 week span where we saw a lot of weird stuff happen. Start with you, Chris. When all this was going on, where was your mind at? Were you letting this affect your mind? I mean, where were you thinking when all this was happening?
Being a rookie last year and not having the best performance, I didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
You know, but it was kind of. I mean, I was at a Boo Garcia Berkeley Summit.
Yeah.
For the middle of the chaos, and I've never seen so many people on their cell phones spinning around, talking like little girls. I got this. You know, I mean, it was nutty. I just kept my composure, and you know, I knew where I was going to be at, and it is what it is. And then all of a sudden, this hammer shot me a phone call about an hour before he let the cat out of the bag, and I did a little happy dance, and that was good.
That's awesome.
So, you know what I mean?
Did you, when you looked at that MLF list and you saw, you know, the those names that were leaving bass, did you sort of start to like lick your lips just a little bit, like,
A little bit, but I know how this world fishing has taken off huge, and it's a good thing for all of us. And you got to understand something. One line leaves the den, another one shows up. So, you know, I knew the competition's competition. You know, we're fishing against the fish. But, I mean, you lick your lips a little bit, but I mean, look at the guys that are. You can't. You can't. Because if you do that, you're going to take yourself out of the game right away. You know what I mean? I'm fishing against the fish. I'm fishing just as hard as I am. Like Seth said earlier, like it's a 10-boat derby versus a 150-boat open.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Now, I tell you, I think for guys that stayed at bass, for a lot of the guys I personally know, I think it was an amazing decision. And Seth, I gotta put that on you too. I thought it was a great decision for you to stay at bass. It was interesting because there was a lot of people that couldn't believe it. They were almost in shock when they found out that you had elected to stay. You were one of the guys that did get the invite. You weighed your options and you said, "You know what? I'm staying at bass." Was that a hard decision? Talk about that decision for you.
Yeah, early on, and it was, but the more I thought about it, it was the right decision for me. It felt right deep down inside. You know what I mean? Like, I sleep good at night. Like, I don't regret anything, and you know, it's, you know, everybody's got different routes in life, and you know that one's mine for sure. I felt a lot more comfortable there. You know, I had no bad blood with bass, where a lot of the other guys did.
Right.
You know, I heard a lot of stuff in the MLF meeting that made me a little uneasy, and I just felt like bass was, you know, the proven entity, and you know, essentially the safe bet. And I like everybody there. They become a family to me, and and I like the format. That's how I want to fish. I mean, I grew up tournament fishing. That's how you fish, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think it was, I heard so many people say that was a bad decision, or, you know, he shouldn't have did that, or this and that. And I think the guys that elected to stay, think it's a great decision. You know, it's a great decision for both you guys, for your career, for your brand. I think it was a good move to stay. Did you feel when you were still on the bubble, did you feel strong-armed at all by Major League Fishing? Because I heard that, and I'm not saying any names, but I heard a lot of echoing of guys said I felt strong-armed. I felt forced into a corner by Major League Fishing. Did you feel any of that, or did you feel an obligation to go because the big name guys were going?
A little bit of that. I don't know how much I can say. I mean, we signed like NDAs and stuff in the meeting. I don't know.
Say anything.
Okay.
No.
I mean, it felt really rushed.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? To make a decision that big and give me 14 days. Like,
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Give me 3 months, you know what I mean? And that wasn't an option, so that was kind of a red flag for me. A few things I heard in there were red flags to me. You know, I guess I got to go trust issues with a couple of people involved in it, and I don't know. But the worst part about it was the competition that left, you know what I mean? It feels hard, you know, saying you're fishing against the best when you're not fishing against Kevin Van Dam and, you know, Polnick and you and Lucas and all them guys, but you know, it just wasn't the place for me to be. And I think we got a lot of really talented guys at Bass, and that's still going to continue to be successful. And it's just, you know, deep down in my heart, that felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah, I've said from day one, Pete. You remember us talking about this even before all this shit sort of hit the fan, talking about the sport needed a lightning bolt, right? It needed this thing to sort of shake it up and change it a little bit. Do you feel like there's positive ripple effects of what happened, though? Because I know already from Bass's standpoint, they've had a meeting with you guys. They're creating an advisory board. It seems like there's a lot of positive changes happening at Bass.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a result of all this?
Oh,
happening?
definitely. Without that happening, we would have just been the same we were doing the last few years or however long. I've only been doing it for a handful of years, but I'm sure it would have stayed the same. So it was nice to, you know, revive a bunch of stuff there. The only issue I see with it, I feel like we kind of took a step backwards in adding a third circuit to a professional sport, if that's what we want to call it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel it is. Maybe it's not, but you know what I mean? You don't have 3 different NFLs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if anything were to happen, like, I'd have rather seen Bass and FLW merge rather than add an MLF.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's great for non-industry sponsors, but, like, as far as the Rappalas in the world go, you know, the Daiwas, places like that, their budget's this big, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not gaining an extra third because you started a new circuit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now you just spread the money out even thinner, in my eyes, versus where I feel like we took a step backwards in that sense, adding a third circuit.
Right.
Rather than taking the 2 that were there and making them 1. I feel like that would have made it the true, you know, this is the professional level right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd agree with that, Pete. We've always said from day one, there needs to be one giant circuit for this sport to truly, you know, be a true professional sport. I think that still needs to happen one day.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you're right let's try to be optimistic about what's going on. Is in the short term, you're right. It's going to spread the revenue, split it, you know, 3 ways now. I think MLF's plan is to grow the sport so that eventually that money, there's more people watching and there's more money, more revenue, you know, but it's unknown. It's unknown whether that can happen.
Yeah. And it depends. Like, I feel like they're really catering to the people that have never watched a fishing tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're going after. And it's like, dude, I'm an NFL fan. Hardcore. I love the Vikings. That's great and all. Like, I'm not buying the same cleats Stephon Diggs wears because I don't play football.
Yeah.
Right.
I love to watch it.
Yeah.
Same deal with, like, the Deadliest Catch. Yeah, it's an awesome show. Everybody watches it. Who's buying crab boats?
Yeah. Well, just to let you know, Dave Brodzik is wearing this jock strap for that football player just mentioned.
Is he?
Because he just likes the
It's
smell of it.
Okay.
Yeah, he just likes to put it in his
Well, I'm
nose
just saying,
and smell
like,
it.
I
That's
feel like those
dedication.
up-and-coming tournament anglers, those club guys, those team guys, that's like your best demographic as far as endemic sponsors go. You know what I mean? Those are the guys going out buying $200 rods and reels, buying 15, 20 crankbaits.
Yeah.
Versus, I mean, a guy that's never watched a fishing tournament, yeah, you can sell him beef jerky. You can sell him a truck, maybe some tires or something, but I don't think he's running down to the store and buying 6 Daiwa rods and reels and 100 crankbait Rapala plugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it.
Is in your dealings, and you too, I guess this question goes to you guys, a ton of guys went over to MLF. Have are you sensing any regrets from any of those guys? If they come to you and saying, man, I got pressured into it. I wished I hadn't made that decision.
I don't really have a lot of contact with the guys over there, and I haven't asked them those kinds of questions. I don't know. I do know that after that classic in Knoxville, that some of those guys are going to be driving away and might think a little different when they know it's the last Bassmasters Classic you ever fished.
All right.
That's
huge.
Good point.
Bassmasters Classic's a hard thing to replace. That's for sure.
It's the World Series.
Yeah.
There's one of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can bail the whatever you want, but it's the World Championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
why most of us got into this sport in the first place.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you won one. You know what
Yeah.
it's like. I mean, that's like, I don't even know. I mean, I can only imagine, but like.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you, for a lot of those younger guys that had to make that decision, especially for the guys that haven't won an elite event, haven't won an Angler of the Year, haven't won a Classic, I wouldn't want to be them making that decision. That's a super, super tough decision. Because you're right. When I was young, they were my aspirations to win those things.
That was your number one goal.
Number one goal.
Oh,
you know, so think about those guys. Think about, Polinick. He's won an AOY but never won a Classic. Think about Lucas. He's won an AOY but never won a Classic. But the list goes on and on. You look at those guys, especially those young guys. I'm talking to guys that have 5, 10, 15, 20 years left in their career. Mm-hmm. They might never win one. That's tough, man. It's got to be tough to swallow. It's got to be tough.
Well, some of the names that you mentioned, just to take the pressure off a little bit, we don't know what's going to happen, especially you guys. You guys are young. You know what I mean? Who knows what's going to happen? You know what I mean?
You can't predict the future, totally.
Right? There may be a merger. Bass may be everybody might wind up going back, or who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? There's time.
Yeah.
There's time to win that Classic, guys. Hang in there.
Hang in there. Hang in there.
Not you guys.
We're not worried. We're not worried. Our goal is still the same.
Here's your next AOY and Classic champ right here on the
Wouldn't
couch.
that be amazing? Oh my God!
Imagine this year.
Holy cow!
Pat Renwick.
Could happen. Pat too. Yeah, you could win the Classic. Who
The
knows,
classic
Pat?
of broadcast.
It could happen. Dave, you got something back there?
Are you ready to change off of this, or we still talking about?
Oh, okay. We can change.
It's funny.
No, let's change.
So earlier we were talking about facial hair, and I'm going to tell you the statement, then I'm going to tell you who posted it. It said, "Ask about me. Screw the facial hair," and that was Chris Groh's back hair.
Oh! Wow.
That's like it's like a seal.
Is it thick?
Not really, but you'll see it like beads water. Like I could swim super fast.
Wow. You don't need to dry off when you get out of the pool?
No, you won't have to get
Dude,
my
if you're
back
ever
or
in
anything.
trouble in the water, you want Chris around
Yes.
to come get you.
I have a butterfly that's unbelievable.
Pam Anderson, no.
I love her.
Oh my God, I love it.
I'm in.
You're in. Dave, do you have something else? Because I think there's too much seriousness going on, Pete.
Never.
I think it's time.
Oh God.
Are we ready?
Are we?
I think it's time. You want to do the fishbowl?
Yeah.
We'll be here till midnight.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're going to do, everybody watching at home right now, games are a big part of the show, Pete. And, on the casting couch, normally we have some stereotypical stuff that we do.
Yep.
But tonight, we're mixing it up for the first time. And we're going to go around the room, and we're going to play the Ike Live Fishbowl game.
Nice.
Pete,
Is this a Pat Renwick inspired game?
it's not. No, we actually have a Pat. We have a Pat game show.
Oh, that's
happening in
coming,
the third segment. Maybe. I think.
I
I
don't
hope.
know.
I hope. But this is a brand new game here at Ike Live, and basically what we're going to do, Pete, is we've got a bunch of questions handwritten by members of the crew here tonight, and also by some random people that we selected in the audience, and also some fan questions that came through. And we've compiled them in to the Ike Live Fishbowl. We're going to mix them up. We're going to pass it around, and we're going to select a question. And when you pull that question, guys, you know the rule on the casting couch. You have to tell the truth. Can't lie.
What?
You can't
answer it. with the
You
truth?
have to answer it very truthfully.
That's all I got.
You have to look back in your past, whatever the question is, and you have to answer that question.
Even if it violates an NDA?
We'll talk about that at the time. Okay. And here we go. We've got tons. Brian, how many are in here? I want to say 50 questions.
50.
50. Doesn't look like 50. I'm going to say 30 questions. And we're going to start on the couch, and we're going to pass it around the room.
All right.
And Pat, go ahead first.
So I'm picking one, reading it, and answering it myself.
That's right.
Okay.
You're going to pick one out.
Okay. Throwing them right on top.
That's right. I want you to pick that out.
Okay.
I want you to read the question live.
With your eyes.
Your eyes, and give us an actual, real answer. Truthful
Wow.
answer. And the first Ike Live Fishbowl question is...
Do you think that DC and Wheeler spoon the night before a derby?
Who put that one in there?
Do I think that DC and Wheeler spoon the night before a derby? No, but I think.
Wait, who's DC?
Isn't that Canal?
Dustin Canal.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that they spoon, but I do think that they order
Cuddle.
one milk or cuddle.
Cuddle, probably.
Cuddle. It says spoon.
No, but I know. But
Okay,
they
don't cuddle. What they do is they order one milkshake and get 2 straws.
Oh!
That's what they do.
Good answer. All right, tear that one up.
That's easy.
Done. Okay. All right, Chris, you're next.
That's
it.
That was enlightening.
That was enlightening. Wow.
Don't walk by their room.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Unless you have a straw.
All right.
Okay, second Ike Live Fishbowl question.
Oh my gosh.
Is
Oh, that's easy.
Chris?
Oh God.
Yeah.
If Mike were a girl, what would his name be? It's simple. Are we just talking Mike Iaconelli or just Mike in general?
Mike Iaconelli.
I don't know. Who wrote that question? Is that yours, Pete?
You can't tell.
It's got to be.
It's a girl's handwriting.
It's got to be
That's an answer.
Becky's.
Yeah, it's Michelle.
Michelle, thank you.
I would have said the same thing.
Whippy Michelle.
How about
Michelle?
Daffodil? Daffodil. Would be
I like
it.
Daffodil. That could be
Daffodil.
my nickname. All right, good one.
Petunia.
All right, third Ike Live Fishbowl question of the night. Look at Seth. He's actually selected.
It looked like a couple of those I wrote, so I'm trying to get one that I didn't write.
Yeah, definitely when you don't write.
Third.
Worst first date.
Oh!
Man, I didn't do a whole lot of that.
Worst first date.
I mean, I got a funny one
How
with
about
my.
worst date?
I don't know, man. I wasn't like I didn't do a lot of like dates. You know, it was more.
That's when you
just-
worked in the strip club.
Meet
too.
you at the Forest Preserve after.
Nah, just kind of like hang out parties and then you smooth talk a lady. I will say I did get bamboozled on the first date with my wife. Her friend set me up with her and made me take her to a restaurant way above my pay grade.
Wow!
For our first date.
The fix was in.
Yeah, I got bamboozled on that one. Like spent half my entry fee money on dinner. You know what I mean?
God.
Like I had to think about jumping in the Wednesday night or not that next week. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
It was rough. It was
Totally
rough.
thinking about it too while you're doing it.
It all worked out.
I'll have a salad. You're.
I just drank water. I just drank water.
Not hungry.
Do you have any croutons? any free mints?
A plate of croutons. Dave's looking at me because that happened the day before, didn't it? Why are you looking at me like that, Dave? That happened to you?
I'm waiting for you to pick your one. That's
Oh.
I can only see you.
Oh, I hope somebody grabs mine.
I have
Oh
mine.
God, I
All right.
hope so too.
The fourth Ike Live Fishbowl question of the night
That's not mine.
is Pete Glusick.
What is the name you give your penis?
Wow.
What is the name you give your penis?
Peter Potamus. Sorry, Pete.
Is it repeat?
That question makes me uncomfortable.
Big Dick Nick.
Pete's favorite Wawa?
Man, I don't name it.
Italian beef.
Oh, come on! You
Man.
have to give it a name.
Come on.
The kibasi.
Kabasi! Wow!
Oh my God, that's outstanding.
Dave's shaking his head because you stole Dave's name.
We're getting T-shirts made.
Uh-oh.
Fifth Ike Live Fishbowl question tonight. What is Mike's belly named? What is Mike's belly named?
Name for your belly.
Yep, it's Bertha. There she goes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
Holy shit!
That's a record for you.
It is. It's Bertha. I love you, Bertha. I love you.
Is that Pierce?
It's belly button win. It's just belly button win.
It's a power worm. It's a power worm in there.
As if we thought a turtleneck couldn't get any worse.
All right, we're going full circle here. We got to go around for another round.
Oh yeah.
What about these guys?
What about these guys?
I'm going to bring them to that.
All right, we'll go back. You're right.
Give me one.
I'm in town. You guys are.
Oh,
You're right.
God. Here
You're
we
right.
go.
They're not getting out of this shit.
Damn it.
Seems
He's
fair.
not getting out of it this easy, Carpenter.
I hope someone.
All right.
They're gonna.
All right,
If
Brian
we do them
Carpenter.
all, somebody will.
All right.
We're
Put
going
that
fast.
one back. Put that one back. Shake it around. All right.
Of the people Pete put to sleep tonight, how many?
How many what?
Oh, that's not good.
What?
How many were suicides?
Your mic, your name on the mic.
Of the Pete. Of the.
Bring another one for crying out loud. Take another damn.
What the hell?
It said.
We
of
heard
the people Pete put to sleep tonight. How many were suicides?
I hope none.
I'll go with
Guys, hang
none.
in there.
Between 0 and 1.
0 1. All right, Dave, pluck one out of there.
This is why I don't get picked for FLW or MLF jobs.
So I'm being asked, why is Chris Groh always smiling?
Was that a question or was that on the IM? Oh, that was a question. Wow.
Oh God. Who's gonna answer that?
That's a good one.
Maybe Chris should answer that.
I ain't answering that.
Because he spoons with Seth when he's on the road?
No. He's too skinny for me. I like him big.
No, I don't even. I mean, who wrote that question? Like, couldn't you get a little more?
I did. 'Cause I was hoping one of those.
I already forgot the question.
Jesus.
All right, next one.
All right, next question.
Me again?
Yes, we're
We're
going
going around again.
We're going around one more time.
Are
This
you
is the
sure?
last one. We're going around one more time.
What's Pete's other Pete?
All right, Pat. The question
Oh my
is.
fucking God.
Question is.
God.
And remember, you can't lie.
Age so much.
Ike Live Fishbowl question is.
How many Ninja Turtles has Charlie Evans been in?
What do you mean in?
I think what they mean is the costume. Because whenever we go to the Cup, we always see Charlie Evans does the Ninja Turtle thing. He's got the Ninja Turtle rap. So how many Ninja Turtles are there, my friend Chris?
4.
So I would say he's been in 4 Ninja Turtles.
There you go. That's true. It's correct.
Great answer.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Chris?
Oh,
I'm a game show guy. Come on. Come on. Can't get me.
Ike Live Fishbowl question is.
oh God. Here we go.
Here it goes.
Oh God. All right. Why didn't Major League Fishing call Scott Martin?
Wow.
What's up? Wow. I want to know the answer to that.
I do want
question.
to know the answer to that.
His dad being a jag, probably.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think his dad got him out of that.
Yeah, I guarantee it. I mean, he doesn't follow short behind it, but what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you that that's just how it went down. So,
Come on, I love Roland.
oh, Roland don't like me. We got in a nice fight in the water before. It was a great time.
Really?
Oh yeah. He cut me off. I'm putting like a 3-pound spot at Smith in a live well, and he cut me off. Like laid down, coming on plane, lays down right in front of me while I'm putting the fish in the live well. I turn around, I'm like, dude, what's up? And I put my hand up. He's like waving to me like I'm gonna, like he wants, like I want to come over for an autograph. I'm like, no, dude. You cut me off.
Whoa.
What happened?
Your tires would get slashed on the chain if you did that at the ramp.
Wow.
Well, and then what happened?
Wow.
I actually started up the motor, put it on plane, went back around him and stopped in front of him and kept fishing.
Yes.
Right, because you're Chris Groh.
Caught another,
Hopscotch.
But it was great though. I caught like a 14-inch on a buzzbait right in front of him.
No.
Did
he leave?
No,
He thought you were Serpico.
He's waving me again.
Serpico.
Like he's lost, dude. He's like lost more than I was on a a senior trip somewhere.
I think he's
at a
playing.
barn.
I think
Pull
he's
a picture
playing
of
that card. You know. I think he's playing that card.
Good
that he's
job.
seen
Oh no, he does play that card.
sneaky.
He did. He thought that
Yeah.
was cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's been around. All right. Ike Live Fishbowl question. Seth Feider.
Is Eric's quaff natural or is it a strap-on quaff? I don't know if there's such thing as a strap-on quaff. It's definitely not natural, though. I mean, I feel like
he puts work into it.
Yeah. When Eric wakes up in the morning, he dedicates 30 to 45 minutes of his morning routine to quaffing.
Quality quaffing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what 10 o'clock at night, and it's still quaffing.
Yeah.
He puts a wig on, and it's still quaffing.
Yeah.
Still
He couldn't even hide it under a wig.
It's got a mind of its own.
Can't hide it under a hood. Can't hide it under a hat.
Good answer.
Wow.
It's like the growth on Peter Griffin's shoulder when it kept talking. That's what it is.
Wait a minute. We have a picture of Serpico.
That is Chris.
Chris!
There it is.
Yeah.
Chris!
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Wow.
Son of a bitch. Look at that.
I like that.
Wow.
That was close.
Some production going on.
Good job, Brian.
Serpico.
Serpico.
Serpico. All right, Pete. We're almost done this silly game.
I'm scared.
Come on.
Oh God, I hope we get the good one.
What's the strangest thing you ever ate?
Ooh. You ever ate?
Ostrich.
Ostrich.
Okay.
We had it on the last show.
We did.
Yeah.
That's right. Ostrich. Okay. Hold on. That's one of mine.
That's what the question
Get
meant,
a good
right?
one, Mike. You've been getting the easy one.
Timmy Horton coffee? Yay or nay? Nay.
Oh, God.
Is that the restaurant?
Yeah. Tim Hortons.
Tim Horton?
Coffee.
He's
Yeah,
Canadian.
I said nay.
You're not drinking it
Nah,
yet.
Dunkin' Donuts, Wawa. I don't need that shit.
Wow.
Ooh. Who is more likely to succeed, FLW Bass or MLF?
Oh, Brian Carpenter. Good question,
me.
Drew.
Well, Bass is already there. I'll take Bass.
Ooh.
It's a sure thing.
Wow. Okay.
Plus,
Vote
I know
your
guys at Bass. Nobody at MLF wants to talk to me, so.
Yeah.
Go Bass.
All right, Dave Brodzik, last pull of the night from the Ike Live Fishbowl.
Give us the story of the worst hotel you ever stayed at.
Ooh.
Wow, Bros.
So I'm going to go with the Belle Alton in Maryland.
Potomac River Cat Hotel.
It is a place that
Cat hotel.
it's about 20 miles away from all of the $180 a night rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And it's barely half of that, you know, and it's it's
night.
one level. It's the ones that are just a strip,
Ooh.
and there's probably about 700 stray cats that have housing built by the owners. There's not a mouse or a chipmunk in sight, you know, and the whole
You were stirring.
yeah,
Not even a mouse or a chipmunk.
Everyone charges their boats out back, and there's just cats everywhere fighting. The smell of cat urine is everywhere.
Oh.
I mean, the rooms aren't too bad, but when you go into the lobby looks like a hoarder's, like a newspaper hoarder.
Yeah.
There's like 6,000 newspapers just stacked, man.
Nice.
Bizarre.
And
Sounds
we
like that would be the
wouldn't-
worst place.
And we wouldn't stay anywhere else.
Shout out
Yeah.
to
We're on
all.
the Potomac.
Shout out to Belle Alton. We love you guys. Thank you for all the good years. Appreciate you guys. By the way, I won an FLW event on the Potomac when I stayed at Belle Alton. So shout out
Good
to
luck.
Belle Alton.
Did they put mints on your pillow?
That one right there.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Look at there.
Belle Alton. There's your check.
He ain't cashed it yet either. It's nuts.
I haven't cashed it. I haven't needed to.
Hey, Mike, before we get too far away from the Roland Martin fight,
Yes.
Oh boy.
Okay.
John Daly wants to know, Seth, about your fight with Edwin.
I mean, it wasn't much of a fight.
Ooh.
Well, he just.
Edwin's very combative on the water.
The problem was I was a rookie and nervous. If that would happen this year, I would have ran him out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How did it go down?
Well, yeah. All right, it's my rookie year, St. Lawrence River.
I got it.
Made the 12 cut, my first one ever, like jacked. And there was one spot me and Edwin were fishing, and he was leading the tournament. He's got like a pretty good 3, 4, 5, 6 pound lead or something. I'm like, dude, you can have it. Like, I'm not even gonna go by you. I got this other deal I'm working on. I'm just gonna stay on that. You have this, whatever. And anyways, there was this one little spot where there's a bunch of big ones shallow, but super, super hard to catch them. So I had this other little deal where I was going to just go catch a limit quick, and then I was going to go sit on these big ones till I had to weigh in. If I caught one, cool, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them, even better, you know what I mean? Problem is, I'd been fishing that spot all week, and another competitor had literally idled by me 3 different times while I was fighting a fish on that spot. He also happened to, was in the day 3 weigh-in line. He calls Edwin over, you know, or Sam at stage, and you can still like get info until the weigh-in's over or whatever.
Officially
so
over, yeah.
He calls Edwin over, and I see him whispering to each other. I'm like, whatever. Didn't think much of it, you know what I mean? And then, so I go start on that limit spot, and then I come back to that spot, and I come around the corner, and all I see is like boats sitting everywhere, camera, Edwin sitting right on it. I've been there for 3 days. Like, he hasn't even been driven near it.
Is
you
this
know
the
what
bridge
I mean?
spot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I pull on there. I'm like, you know, I'm a rookie. Like, he's leading the tournament. Like, he's got the camera on him. I'm like, they're gonna make me look like an asshole if I pull in here. Nobody knows me. You know what I mean? So I just like, I kind of like start to pull up. I'm like, is there room for 2 here? And then he like gets all mad. He's like, I'm like, whatever, dude. I just left, and that was that. So.
That was it.
But I don't even know if he knew that he like jacked my hole, because it was like another guy that gave him my hole.
Right.
And it was like, just really like, I don't know, rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, if you're gonna give him something, give him your stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Don't be like, oh, there's another guy in the top 12. I haven't seen him catch him here. If you run out of fish, go there.
That's
like,
ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
That's shady, man.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
Let me ask you this. I won't ask any names, but the guy that gave him that spot,
Yeah.
whether he knew it was yours or not, is he fishing bass or MLF?
Bass.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
Did you ever talk to him about it?
No.
They know about it now.
Yeah, they do.
They do. They're watching. You know they're watching.
Yeah, good. I don't care.
If you're watching it, that was dirty.
Oh,
That was dirty.
I guarantee Roland's
Dirty,
watching too.
Dirty pool.
I'll be getting phone calls all
Oh yeah,
the
Roland's
time.
watching.
100%.
He watches every show and he smells farts. He loves it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he loves it. It's a true story.
I heard that.
That is a true story. Brian the Carpenter. Yes. I was going to say, it's totally up to you. I would like to take a break.
Yep.
Let's refill our beverages.
Yep.
When we come back,
Thirsty.
listen to me, guys. We're not done yet. We got a whole nother segment. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Pat Renwick.
Yes.
We're going to do an MTB unboxing.
Yes.
We're going to do a game show, I hope. And Pete, tonight, we're going to end the show with another crank call.
Yeah, let's take some more phone calls too.
Yes,
somewhere.
and we'll take some phone calls as well. We're going to end the show with a crank
fun.
call. Hang in there with us when we come back. More Ike Live. Yeah. Woo.
Oh, hush. Watch your step. Whoa, watch your step there. Come on. Keep them closed.
I got them closed.
No peeking.
Hold my arms so tight.
Oh, all right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Surprise!
Oh, yes.
Yes! Woo!
Is everything I wanted? Oh, yes, yes.
Wait,
yes, yes.
no.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
No, baby, go back.
Look. Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, but baby, look. I got you a boat.
Mystery Tackle Box is the perfect gift for the fishing fanatic in your life. It's a monthly box filled with some of the most innovative fishing gear on the market, hand-selected by industry professionals. Check out all the different options available at mysterytacklebox.com.
Hey everybody, Mike Iaconelli here. I love fishing this time of the year. It's cold, it's winter, it's snowing, but if you want to prevent the buildup of ice, use Real Snot. Every time I'm fishing this time of the year, I put a couple squirts on all my guides, especially the tip, before I start casting. Try that tip when you're fishing under these cold conditions, and you're going to catch more fish. See you later.
There's a special place in our hearts for the tools of the trade. They're what we prep for a good day on the water. They're what we clean after a good day in the field. Flambeau's patented Z-Rust technology protects the gear of today from rust and corrosion. Z-Rust for the performance of tomorrow. Preserve, perform, repeat.
You work hard to catch your fish. TH Marine has 2 products to ensure your fish survive. The Oxygenator injects 100% pure oxygen into your live well. That increases fish survival by 35%. For the perfect combo, add G-Juice live well treatment. It calms fish, stops bleeding, removes ammonia, and replaces slime coat. Get an Oxygenator and G-Juice and keep your fish alive.
Folks at home, welcome back to Ike Live. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Man, this is a marathon show on a Thursday night. Would you say marathon?
Absolutely.
It's been a long show. It's amazing to have these guys in studio with us tonight. Pat Renwick, Chris Groh, and last but not least, Mr. Seth Feider, all in studio tonight, Pete Glusick. Pretty excited.
It's been fun.
Been fun getting some great insight. We hit the extremes tonight. We hit a little bit of funny. We hit a little bit of serious, talking about FLW and bass and MLF.
Controversy.
Little controversy and everything in between. We did a little educating tonight as well, talking a little fishing shop. It's always nice to sprinkle that into an Ike Live show. I'm not used to it.
I know.
It's usually all BU, you know?
Right, that's true. I like the stories.
I did too. Pete, real quick, remind everybody, there might be some people watching and listening right now that tuned in late. We've got a big weekend coming up for Bass University. You want to remind them what's happening?
Yeah, we're live this weekend, guys. Come out and join us. We're going to be in Edison, New Jersey, Saturday and Sunday. Seth is going to be there with us. Mike's going to be there with us. I'm going to be there all weekend. A lot of great pros, and we're also in Tulsa, Oklahoma this weekend. So come on by. If you haven't got a ticket, you can get one at thebassuniversity.com, or you can just sign up at the gate. We open at 7 o'clock in the morning, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody learning a lot about fishing, some of the best pros in the world. So come on and check it out, guys.
Yes, let me also remind everybody tonight we're running a really cool contest. Head over to the Ike Live Facebook page, like and share it, and you're entered in a contest to win 10 packs of BioSpawn and also an amazing BioSpawn t-shirt that we're going to get Seth to sign.
Thank you, Seth Feider.
Yes, thank you, Seth Feider, which is going to be amazing gift pack. So head over there, like and share us on Facebook. Pete, we're going to do a little thing that we do in every show. Said this before. I don't know if you know this, but we are the only live video podcast that does an MTB unboxing. And we're going to do it tonight. These black boxes are great. And I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The thing that I love about Mystery Tackle Box, Pete, can't get enough of this, is when I get this every month, when I open it up, there are things in this box that I wouldn't buy. I wouldn't necessarily go and buy myself, right? They're new or a different color or a different style bait that I normally don't throw. There are things in this box, and it sort of makes me interested in it. It makes me want to try a new technique. I love that about the box. So we're going to go through. I'm going to do the first pick. I'm going to pass it to Pat. And we're going to go clockwise today, Pete. Okay?
Clockwise?
Yeah, clockwise. Look at it. Becky just
Why
got
you
down
gotta
here.
clockwise, you Groh?
She's already laughing at me. She's already laughing at me. Just got down here. We're going to go in here. We're going to pick a bait, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to pass it over to Pat. I'm going to talk about mine real quick. The bait that I picked is a standby. So this isn't a new bait, but this is something you have to have in your arsenal. This is a Z-Man chatterbait. It's black and blue. It's 3/8. Dude, this works everywhere, Pete. Have you been to a place where black and blue chatterbait didn't work?
No, I'm going to be going down to the Harris chain, and I expect it to be working down there, too.
Okay, so black and blue chatterbait. Another example of something in the box that is a standard, a staple, and this is a really good one, too. It's got a great hook on it. I'm going to give that to you so you can take it to Florida with you.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm nice. I'll give it to him.
Courtesy Ike, thank you.
Pat,
Am I up?
Yeah, you're up.
Well, Mike, I think it's no secret.
I knew what you were
The first
pulling.
bait that caught my eye was a Bagley.
Oh, look at that!
It's a Bagley B flat in there in the classic Bagley 09 color, which is chartreuse, blackback, orange belly.
One of my favorite colors.
And Pete,
all
in
time.
fact, they're hitting this at the Harris chain also.
Oh!
There you go.
Right.
Now,
sweet.
Now, but before Chris pulls his, I do
Swear
want to mention, Pat, you are a lure connoisseur. You want me to call you connoisseur collector? What do you want me to call you?
I'm just a fishing freak. I mean, as far as baits go,
Yeah.
I've been in this my whole life.
You
just
got
like
a lot of knowledge, though. Like, we've had Bagley conversations before, but we were out in the shop a little earlier, Pete. We were out in the shop, and I have a section there of baits and boxes that I haven't seen in years and years. And we were pulling them and reminiscing on some of it. It was really cool, man.
Old Normans, and what were the ones, the flat ones? I haven't seen them in years that you found in there. They look like the pose,
Lures. We found some Jerry's Lures.
Yeah. I haven't seen those in ages, man.
Nope.
But yeah, you got some tackle, Mike.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, next one.
I'm going for the unique one out here. This is Weston Swim. It looks like a big rattle type bait.
Yeah.
I like stuff like
it's
this
huge.
because I like throwing a rattle trap, and this looks something like, is it 1 ounce? Yeah, it's 1 ounce and an eighth.
Wow.
I'd definitely chuck this, and if a wave runner came by, I would definitely.
That's right.
Be able to poke him
to the skull.
Or Roland Martin.
Or Roland Martin, yes.
He just called me. We just hashed things out.
Yeah, you guys, everything's cool?
Yeah, we're real good. I'm gonna go hang out with them. We're gonna go out and drink and
You
stuff.
guys are cool. You have
Roland
fun.
Martin on
He's
a
the
wave
best.
runner?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay by Scott's house, take care of his woman.
Yeah. And you know what's great? That Weston bait, that's a great example of, like, that's something I wouldn't buy. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go out and buy that, but you sort of forced to try it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
That's
cool.
something I really like. I get the mystery tackle box too, and there's always a few cool little baits in there that it's like
Something
you said,
trick.
you went out and buy. You might not even have ever heard of the company before.
Yeah.
A lot of newer companies getting in there.
Yeah.
Mine, I'm gonna take the easy one. Got some Biospawn Exo
Spider's
sticks.
color.
Wow.
No, not my color.
Oh,
Nice little
dang
sprayed grass color. Awesome worm. You can wacky rig them, Texas rig them. Just stick worms are just
They're hitting those
great
on
way to
Harris
catch
chain.
fish.
They're on the Harris
They
chain.
are. They are.
Harris chain, Pete. All right, Pete. Last but not least,
I'm
pick a
picking
good one for me.
right off the top, like a icky wacky.
Itchy witchy.
Oh. Talk about a flick shake.
Flick shake head.
Yeah, flick shake
Remember,
head.
we
You
had
can
all
put those
kinds of names for
Biospawn
it.
baits on.
Yeah.
You could put Biospawn. Could put
Yeah.
a lot of soft plastics. That little weights it, allows you to fish it deeper.
Weight it wacky. Yeah.
It's kill. I remember one. I kind of got introduced to it. I think you did good on Thousand Islands. 1 year fishing this particular
really
style.
Good. Really good. Yeah. Top 10. All right, there you have it. Mystery tackle box once a month to your doorstep. It's like Christmas. Go to the MTB website. Use the promo code Ike Live. And you're going to get a giant discount.
Flickety split.
That was awesome. Brian Carpenter. Look at that. Good box. That was a good box tonight. I want to keep going, and I want to talk to real quick too. Let me remind everybody: you got any questions? We're in the last segment. We're going to open up the phone lines later. You got any questions or comments? Please hit us up. We're going to be giving one last Ike Live gift bag away tonight, Pete. So keep the IMs and questions coming. Mr. Pat.
Yes, sir.
It's your turn.
That's funny right there.
I love it. First of all, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for putting Brian the Carpenter on the map.
You always thank me.
Yes, thank you for
You
putting him
always
on
thank
that.
me for that.
I tell you, Brian now is he's famous. I want to say famous, and I don't really think it's because of the Ike Live show. It's not because of
Has nothing to do with your immense popularity.
Has nothing to do with
nothing
this.
To do with
has
you.
nothing to do with the fact that he's a genius when it comes to remodeling and construction and kitchens. Has nothing to do with any of that. It's because he appeared on your show. I'm serious.
I'll take credit for that.
I want to thank you for that. It's exciting to walk a show like iCast and seeing Brian the Carpenter sign titties. I just love it.
Kissing babies, signing titties, shaking hands.
What time is it? My time is right. It's after 10.
Oh, you're good, right?
You know who else Pat has made famous?
Who's that?
Is our own Dave Brosnick.
That's right. Dave
Yeah.
Broderick's famous now.
I'll never forget that show because it was like Kevin Van Dam, Mike, Danny Brower, the greatest anglers of all time.
Yes.
And Dave Brosnick.
That's right. Dave was the highlight of the show.
He was.
He roasted us. He made my guys cry.
Yeah.
Oh,
He made their.
dude, I remember that. Dave, talk about that a little bit. I remember.
I was
that.
laughing my ass off.
You shamed them so bad that there were actually tears.
I haven't been back on since.
Dave, I invite you all the time. I think it's my guys that are scared. Dave even challenged JP High to a petunia growing contest.
Wow.
I actually challenged him to a rap battle.
Yeah,
and he
that's
declined.
right. And he declined.
Really?
Wow.
The hip hop fisherman himself?
He declined, Seth.
You might have to take that title away from him.
Yeah, I think I want to have you do it on the air.
Okay.
All right. Or we'll get Dave on at the same time, and they'll have a rap battle. We'll decide this.
I'll be the judge.
Be epic.
Yeah.
I'll be the judge.
Maybe this summer for the Ike Foundation that Dave and JP can do a rap battle, and Seth will judge.
I like that.
Yeah.
Pete, what do you think about that?
I like that too.
I like that idea.
And Seth will judge.
Now, I want to tell you, I'm very critical of other fishing podcasts. I really
thought you were
am.
going to say
I'm
rappers.
critical. No, I'm very critical of other fishing podcasts. Brian the Carpenter all the time, he'll send me links because there's new ones sort of popping up. And I think there's a few there's a few really good ones out there. I would put Mark Jeffries, Bass Talk Live in that category. Pat, I really like your show. You've got something special there that isn't a normal fishing podcast. Seriously.
Well,
like,
thank you.
The ones that are, you listen to them and they're like a dude talking about a bait and it's monotone. And I like education, but dude, it's just, oh God, you can't take it. Dude, I listen to your show. Dude, I don't stop listening till the end.
Thank
I listen
you.
to the whole show.
That's awesome.
Tell me a little bit about, I want people to know the story of how that came up.
The Stray Cast web show?
Where'd that whole thing come from?
I mean, it's that I'm going to go way back. All right. So as a kid, I loved music and I loved game shows and I loved entertaining.
Yeah.
It went through that gamut. Of course, I played in bands and everything else, and then eventually I ended up with a job at a local radio station, and I was a salesman at the radio station, and that was able to be turned into the Region Bass Buzz radio show that you appeared on a couple times. You were on that show.
Yeah.
And it kind of was like it was the Stray Cast format, but on the radio.
Right.
A little bit different, but it's evolved obviously. But the same thing with the Bass Pros and just being a knucklehead with them. And it was just fun to me to do it. And you kind of said it, there's so much out there. Like, if I'm going to go for education, I'm going to Bass University.
Bass U.
Okay?
Me too.
If I'm going to go and I want to hear some controversy or insights, I'm going to go listen to Mark Jeffries.
Yeah.
Okay? If I just want to hear chaos and disorder and have a hell of a time, I listen to Ike Live.
Right.
And with information. I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah.
My goal was...
And the podcast goes breaks every 3 minutes because Brian loses the feed.
Are we on now, Brian? But my goal, Mike, was to do something different because I love bass fishing, just as you love bass fishing, just as you love bass fishing, Pete. I love the sport, and I wanted to convey a show that showed how much I love it and how much fun it brings to me.
Yeah.
And I goof around with you guys. You come on the show, we screw around. We do talk technique. Seth comes on, Chris comes on. Seth was telling us about his cat's ghost on our show. He actually saw his cat's ghost.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's a true story.
Your cat has a ghost.
Yes.
Because Brian has a ghost, too.
This is kind
of... I 100% believe in ghosts.
Wow.
I've seen one plain as day.
Damn.
It was a cat ghost.
Yeah, I think Brian's ghost, too.
A ghost's a ghost.
Oh, Dave, I think Brian's ghost is up there in that corner. Ghost? Up there in that corner, I think Brian's ghost is. Yeah, Brian's ghost floating around. I do want to ask you,
sir.
You have that radio background.
Yes, I do.
Why is podcasting, especially video, why is it so much more effective than radio?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you.
What's better about it?
What is more effective might be a word about podcasts is obviously the internet reaches everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, you can do that through radio stations these days via the apps that most radio stations have, so you can still reach nationwide. But the deal what was appealing to me about a webcast or a podcast was, and I'm going to be straight up with you, it was a chance to build an own business, and I can keep the money.
Right.
Okay, because with a radio station, you're paying percentages.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, why should you pay a percentage to the radio when there's a free internet right here?
Right.
So, you know, that's where I ran with it. And I love talk shows. I grew up watching Carson, Letterman, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where this brought me. I wanted to do a bass fishing talk show, a glorified version of a bass fishing talk show, and that's what you get.
Hello?
Wait, is it Brian's
Hello?
ghost?
Holy shit, it's Brian's ghost!
It's Brian's ghost.
He summoned me! Who's got pot? Weed! Hi, Pat.
Hey, Brian's ghost, how are you?
Hi.
How you been, bud?
Good.
How was your holiday, Brian's ghost?
I think he left already. Oh, no, he's back.
Hey, Brian, what'd you get from Santa?
Weed.
That Brian's ghost, he's something else. Dude,
I gotta be honest with you. That is one of the best characters they've ever came up with. I swear, dude. Better than Stormtrooper, better than Hudley Crockett, better than all of them.
It's all such bullshit.
No, dude, Brian's ghost is a killer, dude.
Becky hates it for a reason.
She hates it. I love it, dude. Oh, it's so good.
I can't even.
Oh my God, Pete don't like it either. Look at him, he's uncomfortable.
You don't like Brian's ghost? What do you think, Seth? Was that an actual ghost?
that was not.
You mean it was just a plaster of Paris head with a towel wrapped around it?
I take ghosts serious, guys. This isn't a laughing matter. I saw one time.
Oh,
we know you did.
Yeah.
Come on.
I believe you.
I want to hear the story. You actually saw a ghost. Now, the
plain as day.
cat ghost or an actual ghost? The cat ghost.
Well, it was a ghost of a cat.
Right. Cat ghost. Ghost of a cat ghost.
Well, I was like, I don't know, young, 10, 11, 12 years old. It was a deal like if this was my bedroom, like my headboard was like right there, so I could like see down the hall in my house. Day before, cat gets hit by a car, dead. And then I'm laying there in bed, and like, you know, you get up and you kind of like roll around and like go back to bed or whatever. But I got up, I looked down the hallway, like the cat would always sit right outside my door, just sit there.
Yeah.
I looked, I'm like, cat just sitting there, you know, go back to bed, didn't think nothing of it. Woke back up and I was like, holy shit, that cat's dead.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't.
Oh, you missed it.
Wait a minute.
What is that?
It?
There it is.
And it.
Could that be it?
And it wasn't like a see-through, like foggy, smoky thing. It was
an
like
actual cat.
It was my cat, full form, sitting right where it always sat.
Wow.
And then I think it was just saying goodbye to me or something. I don't know. I never saw it again after that.
Never again.
So, but it wasn't like Brian's ghost. It didn't talk about
No, I
weed
didn't say anything.
or hookers or anything like that.
But it was like plain as day. Like,
wow,
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Damn. Wish you had a home surveillance system in your house at that time.
Did you get a shot with your iPhone?
No, there wasn't phones back then.
Dixie cup, maybe. String attached.
Yeah, with the string.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Now, Pat, I want to bring up something you mentioned today that's interesting. We were talking about peacock bass, and you absolutely caught a giant
9.6.
9.6, Pete.
9.6 is my
in the
favorite.
States?
Not in South America.
In South Florida.
Talk about that a little
Yes,
bit.
sir.
Talk about that.
It was actually it would have been, you know where I caught that was in Parkland, Florida, actually, where the tragedy happened. It was in that town of Parkland, and there's a lot of little subdivision lakes, as you know, in Florida, and they're loaded with peacocks, man.
Wow.
And 9.6 on a husky jerk. Little bitty husky jerk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, a 9.6 is
huge.
a beast.
I have a picture of it. I'll at home. It's on a frame. I'll actually snap it to you. It's pretty impressive.
That's Polaroid.
Yeah, it's a Polaroid. It is actually.
It is. That was the deal, man.
It was,
Polaroid.
dude. I mean, I had a cell phone back then, but it was this big.
Magic marker. 9.6.
You remember those, Mike? The old brick.
It's all coming back around though now, so the phones keep getting bigger now. Now, what were you doing in Florida at the time?
Just playing in a band. And fishing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the life.
I guess so.
Pete always wanted to do that.
Maybe I'd cut some lawns every once in a while.
Well, you played in a band.
I did, yeah. I played in lots of bands.
Yeah, what was your singer? Or?
I like to sing and I can play a little guitar and some harmonica and do magic tricks.
You do magic tricks?
That part's it.
Wow. We might see it at BU this weekend.
Did you bring your
Wait,
guitar?
Hold on a second. We got a text from JP. Great show. JP says, yes, he will be taking on Dave Broderick.
Oh, there it goes.
I think he has to keep his name.
The rap battle's confirmed.
Yes.
Dave.
He will not let that go down.
Yeah.
Dave, you better get your chops up, buddy.
He's bringing a water pistol to a gunfight. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, so I was playing in a band, Mike. And,
there. That's you there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Oh, my God. How'd they find that?
I don't know.
It's an old picture, but you look good.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Can I see the tat?
It's been a while. I actually, the Stray Cats theme song.
Yeah.
That's us. That's me singing that, playing guitar. Ryan Whitaker, who is my co-host, he plays drums on that.
Wow.
A kid named Doobie plays the bass.
Yeah.
And Larry the K was playing guitar on that also. Our iTunes guy that Craig called us earlier. So.
Dude, that is so much cooler than the Ike Live theme song, which Mark Jeffries ripped off from Napster.
Wow. I'll write you a song. You want one?
Yes.
I'll write you a theme song.
Yes.
Deal. You've done so much for me. I'd be happy to write you a theme song.
Yeah. Brian Carpenter, if we had a theme song, Dave, I want you to chime in on this too. Give us give us a genre. Give them some direction here on a theme song for Ike Live. Instead of the ripped off one that we have now.
Some direction?
Yeah.
Well, right now?
Like a metal song?
Like,
or
what do you want?
Metal. That's where my head's at.
Metal? Metal? Dave?
I'm going like beginning of Seasons in the Abyss from Slayer.
Holy yes.
Ooh, Pete?
That's evil right there.
Want you to chime in a little bit on
Pete,
this?
Do you know what music is?
Like Drop Kick Me Jesus through the goalpost of life?
Whoa.
Whoa.
See how he did that?
What?
Do you see what
That's
he did?
raw.
Do you see what he did,
exactly
Chris?
that.
I'm calling zone.
Should get up right now.
Should.
It's ridiculous.
We got another picture of Pat up here too.
Yeah. Oh, that's how we did that. Wow. Does that Vince Neil now?
Yes.
Look at that Coke nose.
Is
it's
that
just
really
done
Vince
for.
Neil?
This guy, look at him.
That's Vince.
That's
Wow.
Vince.
Cow.
He looks
happened?
ragged.
The nose has been through some powder for sure.
Yes,
Wow.
it is.
Yeah.
The Yale.
One too many Miami boats.
Holy cow.
Little deformed there, Pete. I like it. I definitely would love to hear that.
I'll do it.
I think
Yeah,
we'd fit
that's
the
easy.
show.
Yeah, we
would
got
fit
it.
the show great.
For sure. I'd love to.
All right, so here's what I want to know.
Okay.
Successful podcast.
Thank you.
MC. What's next? What do you got next? Seems like every time I talk to you, got something else you're concocting.
You know, there's a couple things in the works right now, and you might know a few of the people involved in it. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it right now because it's just a prototype. Right now. You know what I mean? I'm using a prototype bait right now. You know what I'm saying?
This is all PD, product development.
Yeah,
right
yes,
now.
exactly. But it's coming out, and you know what, Mike? I just kind of roll with things, dude, for real.
Yeah.
You know, and this opportunity with Bass University, I told when I got the news from you guys, I mean, I called, my face was cracked from smiling, dude. I'm not gonna kid you. I mean, I'm just a regular guy that loves bass fishing. I'm not a bass pro. I'm not a big deal, dude. I just love bass fishing, okay?
Yes.
And I have the honor and the privilege of doing a bass fishing talk show where I get to goof off with guys like you.
It's fun.
Every Wednesday night. And that's what it is. So where am I going next? I don't know. Somewhere good, hopefully.
Okay,
You
well,
know?
I'm going to tell you where you're going next.
Okay.
It is time for a little game show.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yes.
You giving me a game show?
I'm giving you the task.
Was that Brian's Ghost of
Was that
Christmas
sound
Past?
It's back?
Hell was that?
What the hell was that?
Did you do that?
For like a damn 45 minutes. I didn't know I was online.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're still here.
Brian doesn't miss anything.
Who's on the phone?
This is Pat's business manager.
Oh, it's my manager.
Oh, well, how are you tonight? Can you give some dirt on Pat?
Where's the strip club?
Oh, I can give so much dirt on Pat. You guys would
fill the freaking Delaware River with that shit.
Yeah, he's seen a few things.
It's a lot of good dirt. Well, give us
You
your
wanna-
give us your
Let me
top
tell
three.
you, the next place that Pat is going is Lake St. Clair in April, and we're going to go freaking jack some fish. That's
I like that one.
That's Tap Dancing Tommy Billings, by the way.
Okay.
Can I say something to Pete Klusick, though?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have to go back like 45 minutes ago because I've literally been sitting here in my garage drinking beer, listening on my phone, had no idea I was online. Honest God.
Dude, I forgot all about him.
We didn't either.
This guy might win a prize. This guy's been out here a while.
We didn't either.
Okay, well, this is the most freaking awesome night of my life.
Yes!
On Ike Live.
Yes.
And you did it on Thursday.
Yes!
And I was fucking thirsty.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
I am loving it.
Yes. Well, I want to tell you something else. You're going to be even more happy. Because you stayed on hold for so long.
20 minutes.
Because we didn't know you were there. This is meant to be, and you are going to win an Ike Live gift bag tonight.
Holy cow!
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not bringing that home on the plane, just so you know.
We'll mail it.
Yeah.
Mike, let me tell you what. The most treasured possession I have of you is I was doing a straight cast booth at the Kokomo, Indiana outdoor show.
Yes.
And you signed a $1 bill for my son.
Yep.
And it is in his room. And he loves it.
Yes.
And he's a fishing little thumbnail.
Yes.
Awesome.
Jake
That's Rattlesnake Jake.
Throwing a bait caster.
Yes.
Jake's a machine.
I love you for that, man.
You're welcome.
This is the reason why all you guys, I want to touch on some stuff, but I want to get back to Pete Klusick.
Give him some
Pete Klusick.
Yeah.
Get back to Pete. We need some Pete.
He really
love.
wouldn't tell us what the name of his penis is?
You know Johnny, right? It's.
Are you serious? My penis name is Thundercock. I mean, come on, dude. Give a little.
Dude, I disclosed. It's called the kibasi.
It's the Italian version of a Polish sausage. Is what it is.
Kibasi.
That's the Italian, yeah.
The kibasi.
The kibasi. It's Italian Polish.
kibasio.
You know,
Okay.
The Batazooka.
Yeah, I can see
Shit
that.
about
I like that.
Man,
I don't know exactly. I don't know how that would work though. Hey, get that kibasi. I mean, I don't know. Thundercock. I mean, that's bad. Right?
Oh, God.
Tommy.
Can we talk about Pat?
Yes.
Let's talk about Pat.
Yes,
Listen,
I'd like to.
This is the best human being in the world.
I
Okay?
agree.
He's been there for me in my highest time and my lowest time. He doesn't judge me. He loves me. And that's why I love him.
That is true.
Yes.
That is true. Thanks, Tommy. I love you too, man.
Yes.
But
buddy.
this dude, you guys do not realize, this guy could probably, I'm telling you, be a pro. This guy is an unbelievable fisherman. Unbelievable
I don't like to
fisherman.
get up early, dude.
Well, see, that's why you and I go fishing together, because I like to drink the beers and not get up early either.
And I don't drink the beers. I just sleep in.
No, you do not. You do not drink the beers. You used to. Let me take you back to a past. Let's go back. Let's go back to a past. You guys were talking about him being in South Florida. Now look at him. He's pushing 50, right? He's not going to give it up. The reason why he's got that cap on is because up above there's a little bit baldy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he keeps that cap on, and I always tell him,
Where are we going with this?
Pat, you're not 25 years old anymore. He's like, I don't care. Damn right I'm 25 years old. But you go back to this dude when he was 25 years old, he said he was singing in a band. He was singing in like 5 or 6 different hair bands in Florida in the 90s. What do you think this dude was doing?
Oh my God!
Stories.
I got a few.
What were you doing, Pat?
That's on Mark Jeffries. When Mark Jeffries does the documentary on me, I told you it's all going to come out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's save
we
something
said
for it.
it's not 20 feet deep. It's 100-foot structure scan.
Yes, it is. Each side. To each side.
You're going to each side.
Yes,
left
each
and
side.
right.
Yes, right.
Yeah, that's good. I want to see that.
Sound like a fun time.
It is. Tommy.
Hey, did you ever ask Seth Feider his theory on mayo versus mayonnaise?
Mayo versus mayonnaise.
The theory is mayo versus Miracle Whip.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're the pro.
Well, you said mayo versus mayonnaise, and that's the same thing.
Okay, well, tell us, Seth. What is that? What is your theory on that?
Well, I mean, I think it's been proven enough that it's not even a theory anymore.
I agree with you 100%, 98%.
Okay.
98.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. I've done a lot of research on it, and what my study has proven is that if you prefer Miracle Whip over mayonnaise, you like your women like super skinny. Like
that's right.
Rail skinny.
He's a scientist.
And if you
That's
prefer
right.
mayo over Miracle Whip, you like your women like a little more voluptuous.
Little fold out.
Yeah.
Thicker.
Little booty.
Okay, now, Seth, let me ask you a question.
All right.
Let me ask you a question. What if you're a guy that doesn't like mayo or Miracle Whip?
I mean, I haven't met one yet.
That's me. I don't even. I will not touch mayonnaise.
Well, then I think he likes all women.
You're right.
There you go. Voids it out.
Yeah.
Could be.
Well, they do call him the Ivory Antiquer.
What's that mean?
Hang up on that
Have you
kid.
guys seen this guy's Tinder account?
We did.
Hang up on
Have
him,
you
Carpenter.
seen his Tinder account? He does what's called ivory antiquing.
I don't do it.
Well, yes, you do.
No, no, it's opposite, Tom. It's opposite.
I like this.
Okay, tell us, Pat.
No, I ain't talking about
Ivory antiquing.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Oh, yeah.
I'm interested.
Elephant tusks?
The young girls like me. I don't know what to say. That's what he's talking about.
No, it's not only just it's young girls of other than Caucasian ethnicity who like to go what they do ivory antiquing. They go on Tinder looking for older white dudes. And then Pat
I am denying this. 100% denying.
Wow. How about that, Pete?
I probably shouldn't say that because your daughter might be listening.
Wow.
Hey guys,
Tom. Thank
you guys have the best show ever. Listen, Chris, I'm not a freaking, I'm a region rat, bro. I'm not from a Fox River chain. I'm over here in Northwest Indiana, but you got my support, bro.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Some state love.
You got love from all the rats.
Hey, listen, growing up, I'm a fish head, guys. I'm a fish head. I grew up, and I loved it when Kevin Van Dam started kicking everybody's ass because he's from the north. I don't really even like Kevin Van Dam, to be really honest with you. Met him a few times. Kind of.
You know something,
whatever.
Tom? You should tell us how you really feel about
You guys kept me on hold for like an hour. I drank 10 beers.
He's got pages of notes. He's only on page 2.
So I'm sorry, Tommy. I forgot. I got caught up in the moment.
But all you guys are my heroes. All of you are. I'm living vicariously from you. I'm a 47-year-old fish head. I'm never going to be a pro. I love fishing. I love what you guys do. You all have my support.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah,
Tom
dude.
Billings. That's Tom Billings.
Thank you, Tommy.
Follow him on
Love
Facebook.
you guys.
Thanks
an
for
amazing
telling us
guy.
about the Tinder and
Wow. That might
Wow.
have just been one of the most amazing moments of the show.
That was great. And that's my friend.
Wow.
Ivory antiquing.
Ivory antiquing.
I have never
He's
heard
got
that
it
one.
wrong. He's got it wrong. He's got the story mixed
No,
up.
he's got it
does.
right. I got a feeling.
I'm going to tell you how it really is when we're off air.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Ivory antiquing, Pete. How about that?
It's new to me.
Hey, Mike, we have an IM question for
Yes.
Pat.
God.
Make Lefebvre jokes great again. Wants to know.
He had actually commented earlier too about we missed an opportunity to bring back Lefebvre jokes with the fishbowl, but
you're right.
Make Lefebvre jokes great again. Pat wants to know, young girls like Pat, explain why you gave popcorn the boot last Stray Cast and made Nicole co-host.
The deal is popcorn's still in. He's still, yeah. Nicole just sat in for the night. That was all.
Do we get to vote on that?
Do an Ike Live poll.
Oh, that's easy.
There it is.
Popcorn, you're in trouble, bro. No offense, buddy. Love your jigs.
Popcorn.
So, Pat, what else did you do in Florida? Tell us about Pat Rose.
Oh, about Pat Rose's traveling circus?
Yeah.
Well, you guys brought it up earlier. I don't. What were you saying about Pete Rose or something?
Oh, the little gambling.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I used to live in Boca Raton, Florida, as you've heard many times on the Straight Cash Show. But my girlfriend, she was my fiance at the time. She was pregnant with our daughter, and she worked at Pete Rose's restaurant.
Ooh.
Okay. She was the receptionist there in between jobs. She did something else for a living, but she was pregnant, so she was doing this. So, and Pete Rose was always hitting on her. Pregnant.
Wow.
And it really, I was a little
Some guys like
crazier.
that.
That's right up there with antiquing.
Yeah, she's a mayonnaise girl.
Mayonnaise.
So,
you're right.
I think you got it wrong.
Even know what is happening.
Long story short, I didn't like the fact that he was doing that, and I went up there and threatened Pete Rose, and it just did not go well whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah, I was basically escorted out of there, and I probably could have lost my life looking back, knowing who Pete Rose knows, but
wow,
I was an asshole.
What was the name of Pete Rose's restaurant?
Pete Rose's restaurant.
Wow.
Yep. It was
That
Pete
makes
Rose's
sense.
restaurant.
Creative name.
And what started it, I remember back, I was telling Brian, I know her birthday was April 13, and his was probably right around then sometime, and he wanted to have a joint birthday party for the both of them at the restaurant.
Oh.
And it was probably, looking back, it was probably a nice gesture, but I didn't see it that way. I just wanted to kill Pete Rose.
So you went in on this birthday occasion the same day.
No, she ended up quitting there before the birthday.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Wow.
Yeah, it was not good.
Very interesting.
But that was my brush with Pete Rose.
Wow. Oh, wait. There's the picture.
That's when you played on the
Pete
Phillies. When you played against them.
Pete Rose right there. That's probably taken.
Dude, you
that's
had
a
some
security camera. Him running from you.
Running at Pete
Or is
Rose.
that you running at
That's
him?
Running
I can't tell.
I actually morphed with him. We were running at each other so fast. And I hit Pete Rose, my head went on his body, and the rest stayed the same.
Wow.
I think that's exactly what happened.
That's the byproduct of when two guys scissor.
Yes! Oh!
Damn.
Brosnick.
Pat, you got some nice biceps in
Thanks,
that picture.
dude.
Nice job.
Dude, his thighs are insane. He looks like he's going to third in a hurry.
Should they let him back into baseball?
Should they?
Pete Rose? It's Pete Rose, of course.
You're a
Legend.
very forgiving guy.
He's out.
Yeah, no,
He's
come
out.
on. It's Rose, dude.
Come on.
It's Pete Rose.
I
Come
know,
on.
guy.
It's Pistol Pete.
I know.
It's your namesake.
He won for us.
It's old Chuck Hustle,
He won,
bro.
He won for the
He did win
Phillies.
for us. Yeah.
He hit on my girlfriend, and I'm not mad at him. And you can't even.
I'd let him back in baseball. I thought you were talking about Pat Rose.
Oh,
you said that.
Oh.
Pat Rose, and I thought the Pat Rose Circus.
Well, no,
I'm
we
like,
meant Pete Rose, but when he combined with Pat Renwick,
it
it's
went to
Pat,
Pat
Rose.
Rose.
when we morphed.
Right.
Okay.
You know how that happens?
Yep.
Happens real easy. Just
Thought you were going to tell us a wrestling story.
It's photosynthesis.
it is photosynthesis.
Back in the day.
Brady Carver, what do you got?
We got a wrestling story?
We have a wrestling story.
I don't have a wrestling story.
No. Pat, tell us about your wrestling career.
I never wrestled.
What?
I could see that up there. I have though.
Wait, is that you?
Apparently so. That is me. That's me as Mickey Rourke as the wrestler.
The wrestler.
Yes, actually, that was me. They didn't even have me audition for that, Mike.
They didn't?
I didn't
showed
even have
up?
to read. They called me up and they're like, "Dude, you got the part. You got the part." I didn't even have to read. That does kind of look like me, bro. I'm not gonna
Pretty
kid
much
you.
exactly.
It kind of pretty much looks like me.
You need about 2 weeks of steroids, and that's you. That's you.
The modern technology.
Get
the wonder.
strong. Get strong, Pat.
Nuts.
Are we still? What would you like to do? You want to go out on a little game? Do you want to still do this game, or
It's up
what
to
do
you guys?
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's do it. I think we should. I think this should be our grand finale of the night. We'll do a little game here.
Sure.
Little game.
Let's do it.
We've got a special guest too. Beck, you want to sit on this game?
Yeah, Becky's gonna play. I got stuff for you.
Okay.
You're in.
Yeah, you should play.
So you gotta talk loud, Beck.
No. Beck, jump on Mike's lap.
Come over
You
here.
got to be on the microphone. You have to.
All right. Now, what's the name of this game? Pat?
This is called Bass and Life. It's a Stray Cast classic, Mike. Bass and Life. Miss Jackson, do you have a beat back there? Miss
No.
Jackson, I sent it to you in the Ike Live.
Just like your buddy on hold. I forgot all about that.
Well, load it up. Just push play on YouTube. Eric's got it ready.
Right, do we have that?
We need to. This
Okay.
is a professional thing here.
Well, I'm not.
Come on, Bri.
Someone.
So while we wait, I'll
Yeah, do your deal, Beck. This is perfect.
let's do some wholesome conversation.
Yes.
I want to remind everyone that the Ike Scholarship Dinner is coming up. It is this January 25th. It's a Friday evening. It is right around the corner from here, but the awesome part is the Scholarship Dinner raises money for our scholarship fund every year. And last year we gave out 5 scholarships at $3,000 a piece, which is pretty awesome. So we were able to award, I'm like cutting off my head. We were able to award like 5 amazing kids across the country who gave back to their community through the outdoors. So not those kids that typically get scholarships, it's not sports or it's not like the valedictorian. It's that kid that really got into the outdoors, gave back, started some sort of youth group with fishing, taught kids how to fish, just something amazing. And we were able to award 5 kids. So anyways, I digress.
Well done, by the way.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Good job.
Pete, I want to say
Amazing.
thank you. Bass University donated to the scholarship, big check. So thank you, Pete, for that last year.
I think he's fishing for another check this year.
Anyways, but let me tell you, the coolest thing is, if you are listening, you can get a single ticket or you can get a table. Each seat is $45 a piece. But from now until Sunday, we've got 10% off. This is our one special we're running on ticket prices. So Scholar 10, when you check out, will get you 10% off. But get your tickets. It's a fun time. Music, food, beer. Raffle prizes up the yin yang.
It's a blast. It's a blast.
Karaoke.
It's a blast.
Novelties, party tricks.
Anyways. The other thing I want to tell everyone is that we have opened the ticket window for the Pro-Am. August 10th is the Pro-Am this year. Oh, it was on the other side.
Did anyone check the tides?
But here's the super exciting part. Drum roll, please. We're giving away a Bass Cat boat and a Yamaha motor.
Wow, a motor.
Fully rigged boat. It's
Nice.
so exciting. And we're doing a whole tiered system. So the prices right now to fish with a pro or fish out of your own boat are so little. So if you want to sign up, I think it was like $400 for 3-person boat. Right now for the fish out of your own boat, and I think it's $1,000 to fish with a pro.
Last year's winner, Mike Centaur,
Yeah.
towed his Bass Cat all the way down to the Stick Marsh and was fishing out of that boat in the Stick Marsh just a few weeks ago.
Wow.
Nice. The Centaur.
Where will this year's boat go?
Well, I don't know, but he better sign up for $400 and fish out of that boat because I want to see that pretty thing in the water again.
Centaur.
Could win 2 in a row. Should we have rules about that?
That's not happening. We're going to put a stop to that.
No, but so that ticket window is open. We've also changed up a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be coming out about the Pro-Am. We're going to have just a free party the night before. So instead of doing the Battleship event the night before, we are going to have basically like a free cocktail party type thing. Like come, grab a beer, hang out. We'll do a live Ike Live, and we will announce right there who everyone will be fishing with, so we can incorporate the kayakers, the boaters, the pros, whoever's there at the hotel. That'll be fun. But the night before that is now going to be our big dinner. It's going to be a gala. It's going to be like a casino night, like gambling gambling, fun. So we're just changing it up a little bit.
What night are we doing that?
That's Thursday night.
Okay.
Friday night will be probably right at the hotel. That's what we're trying to work out so that no one has to go anywhere.
Nice.
It's totally like chill, grab a beer at the bar.
When is the gala?
Thursday.
Ah, Thursday, Friday. Okay.
It's a little exhausting for the team.
That way, if you want to get bombed on Thursday night,
Yeah,
it's not
you can have fun.
before the tournament.
Yep.
You can have a little better time.
Speak into the microphone.
Becky and Mike, did you say we're going to do a remote Ike Live?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
I'm
awesome
excited
for that.
Yes.
It means we're getting
We
geared
have
up.
big things in the work this year. 2019 is like
Yes.
big.
And you want to go ahead and tease everybody about the Ike Live studio change. Probably going to happen.
Yeah, so that is part of the reason that we will be able to go remote by August is there's going to be a massive studio change. So suck up this environment now because hopefully by August it'll be new.
Big studio.
Awesome.
That's the teaser. I didn't even do an announcement of announcement. I actually told you. Thank you.
How innovative.
I know, right?
What a concept.
Yeah. And don't forget, the Free Kids event will be in the spring. We're getting all that worked out, and I'll let everyone know when that free ticket window opens up for the 200 kids coming and fishing and competing. Stocked Lake somewhere here in South Jersey.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Are you going to be competing in the kayak division again this year, Dave?
Revenge.
Oh,
Yeah,
and guess
yeah,
what? I
okay.
can confirm that is going to be one of the Hobie World Championship qualifiers.
Right on.
And we are making the waterway larger
Yes.
this year.
More options.
More options.
Okay.
But that is definitely going to be a qualifier.
We've done it twice, and twice a foreigner has come here and won it.
We cannot.
How about that?
Dave?
A foreigner.
Ouch.
Come on,
You mean an out-of-stater?
An out-of-stater, an alien, an intruder,
invasive species.
an invasive species.
An out of area person is a foreigner.
Oh yeah.
They clearly live in the United States. but
So am I being ridiculed by the same room of people that have gotten their ass kicked on the river by foreigners also? Or what?
Wow. No, they were locals that won.
They were locals.
Jim Miller and Dan Miller?
They didn't catch a fish. They netted Pete's fish.
Sancho,
Or Sancho's
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
Sancho's from New York, dude.
Well, whatever. That's local, bro.
You guys should fight.
All right, ready?
Apparently we've got some aggression.
Fight. All right, what do we got?
All right, let's play the game.
Oh my gosh. Are you ready for what's on your mind? Wait. It's Bass in Life. Mike Iaconelli, Ike Live Edition. I'm your host, Pat Renwick. It's time for Bass and Life. I am going to give you a word or a phrase, and you need to relate it to bass fishing and life. Pete Klusick, you're first up on deck. The word to you, Pete, is love bone. Relate the word love bone to bass fishing and life.
Kabasi.
Kabasi is life. What is bass fishing? What's the love bone of bass fishing?
Man. A 5 bass limit.
A 5 bass living is love boning for Pete Klusick. There it is right there. Next, let's switch it up here. Let's go to Seth Feider. Or is it Seth Feider? Seth Feider. He's a Bassmaster Elite Series Tour professional. Relate this to bass fishing and life. Tim Hortons, coffee, and donuts.
Canadian Denny's.
Canadian Denny's, that's life. So what's bass fishing?
And bass fishing.
I don't know.
I think it's the same. Same answer.
Canadian Denny's.
Canadian Denny's. There it is right there. Chris Groh. To you, Tiger Blood. Related to bass fishing and life. Tiger Blood.
This makes me uncomfortable.
Serpico.
Tiger blood.
Come on, Serpico, you're up. Tiger Blood.
Life, just the will to win.
The will to win.
The eye of the tiger.
That would be bass fishing.
Covers it both.
It does, actually. The will to win. It's just both.
The will to win. It's Tiger Blood.
I
Heck
like
yeah.
I like to win.
Becky Iaconelli.
Oh, God.
You are up. The word to you. Becky Iaconelli is Dutch oven. Relate Dutch oven to bass fishing and life.
Hey, look at Eric the intern. He's trolling.
This room is like a big Dutch oven.
Is that life or bass
Bass
fishing?
fishing. What is that?
I have to say, it's epic both for me. Because have you noticed I'm the only woman in this room full of men?
I have noticed.
My life at home and work, which would be bass fishing, is a Dutch oven.
You are in the Dutch oven, the abyss of a Dutch oven.
Yeah.
And you need to get out. Mike, go on another vacation. You guys just got back, but go again. Mike Iaconelli, this one goes to you.
Yes.
0 to red. 0 to red.
0 to red in life is when something doesn't go right. It's the end of the world, and Becky's not there to save the day.
That's life?
That's life.
Okay, how about bass fishing, 0 to red?
0 to red is flipping in a mat with a 1-ounce Tokyo punch rig and watching the mat rise 3 feet before you feel the bite. That's 0 to red.
That's 0 to red.
And bass fishing.
That's 0 to red. Dave Brosnick. We are to you now.
Brosnick.
Brosnick. Brosdiznik. Brosdizzle. Dave, the word to you is glory hole.
Oh, God.
Dave, glory hole. Related to bass fishing and related to life.
Job.
Dave.
Oh, man. Glory hole.
Is this going back to a Lefebvre story?
Yeah, I wish that Dave Lefebvre had contacted herpes in a glory hole the night before the finals on the Potomac about 15 years ago.
Hey, he'd still
That's
fish.
bass fishing and life. Right there in the final contestant.
Oh, my God, you crushed it.
That
That
was
was
amazing.
awesome.
Wow.
At the Cat Hotel.
Ah!
Brian the Carpenter.
Yes.
We go to you with the final word or statement of the night. Chris, what do you think I should use? Should I go with this one or that one?
That one.
Which one? This one? Take liberties. Chris Groh, give that to Brian the Carpenter. What's the final phrase and word?
Isolated bush.
Isolated
bush.
Isolated bush.
Isolated bush.
To Brian the Carpenter.
Not if he has
Life
anything to do
and
with it.
fishing.
Life? Yes, life.
I want to hear life first.
Okay. Isolated bush. What's it about life?
Isolated
That's Brian. That's why he's looking at you.
Oh.
Because you asked a question.
Come on, B.
Where's Brian? Brian went home.
Show's over.
Show's over.
Brian.
Isolated bush.
Bush.
I don't think there's anything I
Bush.
can legally say.
Bush.
Isolated
hates this more than I do.
bush.
Yeah.
Bush.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Come on, Carpenter.
It's been a fantastic show.
There's a clear
thank
loser of tonight.
Seth and Chris and Pat for coming in tonight.
Yeah.
A round of applause.
Wait a minute. Brian's ghost will handle this question.
Yeah, there you go.
Isolated
bush. Brian's
Where's
ghost.
that?
Isolated bushes when no one came to work at the strip club.
And then bass fishing. Isolated bush. Brian's ghost. Bass fishing.
The day after no one came to work at the strip club.
Wow.
And the winner is definitely Brian's ghost of the evening.
Ghost.
Brian's ghost, hands down winner. Amazing.
Dude, you know what's interesting? How much more comfortable Brian's ghost is in public speaking
Very.
actual Brian is.
By a
Dude,
lot.
your ghost is so confident.
I'm blushing.
Oh my God! Dude, he doesn't sweat. He doesn't put his hands under his armpits and rock.
Is it hot in here?
So natural.
Oh, yes, I do. I'm sorry. And where's Eric at? Is he still back there? My gosh.
Hey,
Eric! Turn that mute.
I said one thing the whole show, and I'm going to have to come in on this.
Eric,
Cool.
the
Nice.
final word for you and the final word of this Ike Live broadcast.
Here it goes.
Related to bass in life, pegging. Pegging.
Oh, shit.
What does pegging have to do with bass fishing and life?
Well,
Eric the intern.
well, for life, I think about this girl Megan in my Super Outback back in high school. That would be life. And for fishing, man, it's just sticking those bass, bro. Sticking them with the jig.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Megan and Megan,
Megan, if you're listening.
Wow.
Yes. Sounds like a John Mellencamp song. That was amazing.
Wow. Man, I'm glad we did save that for the end.
I guess so. I didn't even want to
call it in right now.
Oh my gosh!
Can we get Megan on the phone?
Is she available or?
Eric, can we call her? You got her number? Let's crank her.
Yeah.
That could be our crank call tonight.
Perfect. Remember that Outback?
Don't do
Remember that time.
The Outback,
The seats went all the way down.
Hot, wet, sweaty, dark. Outback.
Brigast's closed.
Okay.
Take it out.
Brian Carpenter already hit it, but I honestly do. I cannot thank you three guys enough. Pat, Chris, Seth, thank you guys for coming. I had a blast.
Thank you.
I had a blast fishing today.
Absolutely.
I had a blast removing my shirts with you, and I had a blast tonight in Ike Live. It was great. And Seth and Chris, I wish you all the best fishing the elites this year. I really do.
Absolutely.
You guys
These
kick
guys.
ass
Same to you,
this
man.
year
Kick some ass.
and win tournaments. Yes, kick ass. I want to thank Pete Glusick. I want to thank Rebecca. I want to thank Eric the intern, Dave Brosnick, Brian the Carpenter, and Riz. Where's Riz? Riz still here?
Riz!
Rizzo!
Riz, stick your face in here. Want to thank Riz. Here comes Riz.
Triton Riz.
Look right over there, Riz.
That's my duck guide right here.
Look right there. Look right there. No, go lower. Go lower. Look right there. Right there.
Rizzo!
Cooking big meats tonight. Going to get Seth on some ducks tomorrow.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. It's going to be
Come
great.
see us at the Bass University.
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday.
Pete, plug it one more time.
Bass University, Edison, New Jersey, tomorrow. Come see us. We're also in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and a special shout out to Brian's Ghost.
Yes, Brian's Ghost.
He was the star of the show tonight.
Was the star of the show. Let me remind everybody before we go, if you want to check up old episodes of Ike Live, go to iTunes, Stitcher, IkeLive.com. If you're at iTunes, please leave a positive comment. We need it. Did you ever see the comments? They're horrible. People hate our show. It's great. I hope you had a good time tonight. I hope you have a great one. We'll see you at the next Ike Live. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.